Welcome back, everybody, to Sideline Banter. We are on episode 19. We've got myself, Luke, Ave, Mike to my right, Jessica behind the computer. As always, we are excited to bring an outstanding episode your way. Ave, good to see you again. How you feeling? Excited about this week?
Feeling good, feeling great. Excited to be back. Excited to have the special guest in the building.
Ready to run it back?
Special guest Mike.
He might be on a full-time contract now,
we're
though.
working on it. The fans seem to like the episodes you're on, so happy to have you back, Mike.
Always a pleasure.
We might actually have a special guest.
Yeah, there might
Come
be
through.
another special guest.
Yeah, this is a crazy episode.
In this episode?
Mike, yeah.
Even I'm not aware of this.
No, yeah. We'll see what happens, but...
Sorry, Mike, please take the time.
Yeah, anyway, Mike, happy to have you
yourself.
back. Glad that you accepted our contract offer, so you will
Gave him a
be here.
360.
Yeah.
It's just too hard to do. You can't decline those terms, you know?
And then, of course, Jessica. Always happy to have you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We have a jam-packed episode for you. We will be talking a ton of NFL, a ton of NBA, big announcements in the MLB this past week. College football has been very fun. Some combat sports that we alluded to last week that happened over the weekend, and then even a little bit more. So, Jessica, why don't you kick us off with today's intro, news, trivia, whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Thanks. Actually, Mike helped me rename my segment. Word on the street or something like that. So we'll figure it out. We're getting closer.
Is that it?
Well, I came in and we were talking about...
Talking shop.
I mean, we might get to it when we talk about hometown hoops, but Devontae Smith got hurt today, and I was like, oh, word on the street is Devontae Smith got hurt, and Jess was like, that's the name of my new segment.
Jessica's word on the street. Nice.
Yeah. All right, so the word on the street is... No. Yeah, no, actually, this is the word on the street. We're going to go through some MLB updates. So we're at Thursday, 11/21/2024, and literally within the hour, we have some announcements that were named. So Shohei Ohtani was named the National League's most valuable player unanimously. This is capping the first 50-50 season in baseball history by becoming the first full-time designated hitter to ever win the MVP honors. Along with that, Aaron Judge, he was also named American League MVP unanimously. If not for Judge, Ohtani, which I'm just going to read this for what it is, a unanimous MVP three times, which is a crazy feat in baseball history in general. He would be sitting on 4 consecutive MVPs if it wasn't for Judge, which is kind of interesting. So he instead settles for 3 and 4 years, becoming the 12th player to ever win 3 MVPs and the second to do so within his first 7 seasons. Joining trivia.
Wow.
Joining.
So 3 MVPs in the first 7 seasons?
Yeah, sure.
Trout?
No.
Trout
I
only
was
has
gonna
2,
go
I
Trout.
think.
Trout route.
How many does Bryson Soto have?
Barry Bonds?
No.
No Soto.
Not
Soto's a legend, but does Soto have any MVPs?
No.
This
How
guy
many
You could have got
is
this year.
this
yeah.
guy is currently 92 years old to help you.
Oh my. 92?
Roberto Clemente?
No.
No, he's dead. Maybe like would have been 90.
Yeah, he is dead.
He's 6 feet
Hank
under.
Aaron?
No.
He might have died
He's also
recently
dead.
too.
Yeah. Can you give us
I can give
a
you his
team?
nickname that might give you away the whole
that'll
thing.
help.
Oh, is it Ted Williams?
No.
He's way older than that, huh?
He could be chalk too, dude. 92.
You could be chalked tonight and still, I guess you have to be alive.
That's what I'm saying. I guess she
I
didn't
get
say
what
would
you're
have been
saying.
is.
Nickname.
I can't say the first part, but blank the man.
Blank the man? Probably F word.
No. The blank is the name of
I
the
think she's
first
saying
name
it'll
of
give
the
it away.
player.
Blank the man.
I don't know. You're just going to have to give it
Stan.
to us.
Stan the man.
Stan, how do you say his name?
Oh,
Yuzal?
Yastrzemski.
What the hell?
That's
That
Carl.
guy's a young guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right, this
Well,
is
not that
bad
one,
trivia. Ignore
it's
it.
the
Anyway,
Empire
what do you
player.
guys think of this?
Can we get the name? I'm
I
curious
told it
now.
to you. Stan Musial.
Stan Musial.
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 Yeah, no, that's like an old legend. Never would have got him. Holy cow, that went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, Ohtani doing it.
Yeah.
I thought you said there were 2 people.
So it was just Ohtani naming
In
that
the
he
first
was the
set.
12th. He was one of the 12 players ever to win 3 MVPs, and he was the second to do so within the first 7 seasons, which
Gotcha. Okay.
is joining this guy. So
yeah. I think it's freaking crazy. I think he arguably could have won the one that Judge won, except Judge hit 62 bombs and it like broke the Yankees record. So it was tough not to give it to Judge that year. But Ohtani was incredible and he pitched. The fact that he won it as a DH is ridiculous because he's also a top 10 pitcher, might win a Cy Young in his career. And the fact that he can do both is just unreal. Like, Judge should have won the MVP because it's like, what are you going to do? I just play offense. So like everyone else in the history of baseball, I only play offense. Sorry. So it's like, yeah, give it to Judge. But like on paper, the value he brings to a team is ridiculous. He's so good. He's so good.
I want to go into how many years of playing professional baseball in Japan did Shohei have before he joined the MLB?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ichiro. I think Shohei joined as a 22 or 23-year-old. Jessica, can you look that up?
So that's maybe like 4 years where I guess he's not at his peak yet, but like there's 4 years where like he's just playing baseball, not in the MLB. It's like kind of unrecognized, but like imagine if he had all those years, what his numbers would look like in the MLB.
Yes and no. I mean, they don't really play at 18 years old.
For good enough.
It's more organized though, like at a younger age there, ain't it? Like
first of all, professional baseball in Japan's really good. So if he was playing pro baseball in Japan at 18, he's like in AAA, which is better than anything you can do at 18 in America. And unless you're in AAA. I think the youngest player to ever play was A-Rod, maybe Harper. I forget if Harper broke his record or not. And I want to say they were 18 and like almost 19. And it's very
called
rare.
Up to the pros.
Yeah, like
age.
I think Trout was 19 and some change. Like most guys, I mean, yeah, it takes until you're 22, 3 to make it to the MLB.
Okay.
Imagine seeing a 95 mile per hour fastball at 18.
I mean, it happens now, dude. Those high school kids are crazy. I don't know if that's relatable in soccer, but like I see some of the numbers that like high school baseball players put up. I'm like, Jesus, how are you throwing 98, 7?
Yeah, I'm trying to just play some resurgence. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I definitely love being a retired athlete and not having to play video games. Anyway, Jessica, it's crazy, and we did not know Stan Musial was the answer.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Avery, he played from 2013 through 2017.
In the Japanese pro.
As a pitcher and an outfielder, and he won in 2016 the World Series with them in Japan. With the
so
Fighters,
as a 19-year-old.
which I don't know. Is that something we know? The Fighters, is that a team?
He was on like a black and white team. They were.
Wow.
They were. I mean, they won the World Series.
Wow.
Was he their best player though of that team, or was he just like the young guy coming through?
He was definitely the young guy coming through, but like by the time, I mean, he was their best player at a certain point. Like he was throwing really, really hard when he was 18. He was throwing 100,
and he was playing their professional league.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just a ridiculous baller. I don't know if we'll ever see something like this again in our lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to keep winning MVP. He's going to pitch next year. He almost pitched in the playoffs. And if he does, like...
That would have been sick.
50-50 is crazy, but imagine doing 40-40 and then having like a 2.8 ERA and 17 wins a season. And 250 strikeouts.
That's why he gets paid all that money.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
You don't want to dwell on the news too much, but it also comes in to say, like, does that play a factor in his like healthiness? Like, is he going to get injured more often because of the usage?
Yeah, I mean, you think so, but he's in year 7 and he's been pretty healthy. Like, other than this Tommy John, which that's just a long recovery, but it's a pretty straightforward like injury. Don't blow this. Nice catch.
Sorry.
So, I mean, he's a ridiculously athletic dude. He's like 6'4", 250, super fast. I think he's fine health-wise. And then, Judge won on the other side. That was a little bit of a closer race, but he definitely ran away with it and was going to be the winner. But it could have been like Soto or Witt.
And he also did get shoulder surgery, I believe, from that injury sustained in the World Series this year.
Yeah.
Shohei?
Yeah. I believe he did.
He's at least supposed to in the offseason.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that could affect. I think that's his throwing shoulder as well. No, sliding.
No, because I think he's his left one.
Yeah.
It's his left one.
Yeah, it's his left one. Okay. So no, but like, that's another injury that's gonna hinder him in the off season. So We'll see what the pitching looks like. It's just off arm, but we'll see. I mean, it's gonna slow down.
100%.
He's throwing bullpens. I've seen clips of him throwing bullpens. So
couldn't have been that serious kind of thing, is what you're saying.
No, Well, I think this was before the shoulder,
right? Because that happened.
But I'm just saying, like the Tommy John, he's coming back. I mean, you're not throwing 100%, but it was gas.
Yeah,
definitely in the 90s.
Like they could have used him in the World Series if it came down to him.
Yeah, it would have taken everything. But like the fact that he's throwing comfortable bullpens means that he's on his path to coming back.
Right.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, because we're talking obviously a lot on Shohei here, but Judge and Mike, actually, you noted this earlier. So Judge is the 7th Yankee to win multiple MVPs, and I'm not going to name them. We know them: Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, A-Rod, Roger Maris. But before Judge, Mantle's 1956 season was the only one in the Yankees' history to yield a unanimous MVP. So this was the first since then.
Wow.
Judge this year?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like the Curry thing.
Which is?
Well, like Curry was the first unanimous MVP in the NBA, but it's like, okay, what about Michael Jordan in the 90s?
Yeah.
And it's like, what about
this
Barry?
was specific for Yankees
in 2012.
history.
No, you said it was the first unanimous MVP ever, or since then.
I said
since Mickey Mantle.
Since
The Yankees, I believe.
Okay.
Is it just the Yankees?
In Yankees
Yes,
history, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I guess who else has won the MVP for the Yankees?
Well, I'd name them.
Eaters.
A-Rod.
As Jeff said, DiMaggio.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I guess that makes sense because it only really could have been A-Rod, but there was a lot of great players when he was playing, so I could see it not being unanimous. Judge this year, I mean, Bobby Witt and Juan Soto deserve MVP. You can't really give it to Juan over Judge because they play on the same team. Judge was better. Bobby Witt probably deserves some first place votes.
Let me see.
But Judge's season was crazy.
He was second.
Yeah. I mean,
voting.
listen, if it's the second time in Yankees history that it's unanimous, not as crazy. I was disagreeing with like the idea that it was the second time in AL history. That's what I was going to put against the Curry argument.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I hope Barry Bonds was unanimous MVP in 2004. I don't know if he was, but he won 7 times. You're telling me he was never unanimous? He was the best player by far. 73 home runs in one season. That wasn't unanimous?
There's always
Crazy.
that one guy out
73
there.
is crazy,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I
But
think I
I'm
would
sure
be
he
that
was,
one
though.
guy.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, look at the screen, by the way. That's what we're talking about. This is how every single play is like
Just to be
this.
the contrarian, I would do it.
Is it snowing?
Yeah.
Are we in Pittsburgh?
That's
Yeah.
what?
That's Warren. Dude, isn't this awesome?
I can't tell.
I hated it the first time, too. I'm telling you. After like 10 plays, it gets normal.
And for those listening, we're watching Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, but it's the Amazon Prime Vision, so we're watching from behind the quarterback. Looking at Russell Wilson's juicy glutes all night.
Jesus
And I guess just to
Christ.
continue,
I can't wait till Nick Chubb's on the field.
No, it looks like you're playing
That's
Madden.
insane.
That's what I,
Yeah,
that's why I wasn't
yeah.
sure.
Well, see how you feel later. But thanks for indulging in some MLB talk as always in the off season.
wearing
Number
my
2.
gear. Shout out Gio.
Yeah, shout out Gio.
Repeat
Number 2
likely.
on the list is this one also came through maybe an hour and a half ago. Bryce Underwood, who was the number 1 recruit for 2025, flipped to Michigan from LSU.
Yeah, Mike was juicing me up about this earlier.
Well,
From
what's
number
the
one
deal? What's
From
going
Michigan
on?
to
Yeah, the guy
LSU.
that I saw a video
From
by
Michigan.
Dave Portnoy
No, flips
Um,
to Michigan from LSU.
going to Michigan.
Yeah.
To just cut out
Is
any
he
confusion
from
there.
that area?
Mike, he was saying he's the number 1 recruit in the class.
He's
Like,
from
not even just QB, like actually number 1.
number 1 player overall.
Yeah.
Pickens reception.
Which then he has to be number 1. You said reception. I thought you said interception for a second. He has, like, he's unreal. He's so
Yeah.
talented.
He's 6'4", 210. He's from Michigan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's like a Lamar, but like
Oh,
bigger.
there you go.
Got you. I gotta check out his highlights.
Like
I've
Lamar's
never-
not 6'4".
No, he's like 6'1". But he's so damn quick.
True. Might be like
I have
another.
Sorry, go ahead.
That would just be cool. Like that's like another like Cam Newton kind of build almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely fun in
So, yeah.
college.
Michigan needs a
That sounded
QB.
weird.
Yeah.
I think it's
They
cool
do.
because I didn't know that he was from Michigan, and because now he is the highest rated commit in Michigan history.
Wow.
I mean, number 1. What are you gonna do?
No one overall. But I mean, Michigan's had players. I mean,
I know,
the
but you can't get
Heisman
higher
is-
than number one. He's number one in the recruiting.
Thank you,
class.
Luke,
But
for
they've
that
never-
very
just-
smart
For them to
thing.
not have a number one is crazy. Like they have the Heisman guy, like the Pose went to Michigan.
Yeah, but he might be tied for first. You know,
I mean,
he's got to be
wow.
the highest. Is my point. Whatever. I'm giving you a hard time.
Yes.
Just say, wow, that's so cool.
That's crazy. But
Thanks.
all right, whatever.
But
I
he's
have
the best of
another
the best.
cool commitment thing,
He's
but I'm
number
going to
one.
save that for the college football segment, which will be quick.
I know what it is.
You do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going
It's
to
cool.
text you. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
All right.
I don't know at all.
Any more snooze?
Only other one that doesn't really bother me too much, but I'm curious if you guys think about this. So we went from MLB, we went to college football. So NFL Hall of Fame committee passed over the Patriots Robert Kraft again. Is that like alarming?
That's a bit
Is that
strange.
nobody? Okay. so
I
it's
guess
strange.
they
It's
don't
kind of
wait
concerning.
until the owners retire.
No.
Or it's
I mean, he's
It
like
could be-
80
Oh,
years old.
it's also
Scandal-wise,
yeah, sketchy past.
Yeah.
For him?
Yeah, but
And
he,
it's-
I mean, actually was found guilty. Like I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah,
he
so-
paid. Like it was actually like fines and all that. I'm pretty sure he was suspended from some things. Like
Yeah, I mean, so ultimately, I think we can agree in this room, he has on paper what it takes to get
It's
to
got the
Hall of
resume.
Fame. He's
Yes.
just been caught cheating and been caught. I don't know, but I mean, with the
massage people.
yeah, I was gonna say outside of football as well, but like the Patriots have been found filming other teams.
Yep.
That
Also that too. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like
Wow, I went the complete like
yeah,
actually illegal
scandalous.
route.
Yeah. I'm thinking more on a Barry Bonds level. Like he's got the championships and pedigree, but you can't. I mean, it's a dignity thing on the NFL's perspective. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know that much about it, but I know that there's something.
There's a great saying in Texas. I think it's in Tennessee. It says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Dude, Texas or Tennessee? Tennessee is not in Texas.
No, it's
What do
the
you
George
mean?
W. Bush quote
I know,
from
so-
the J. Cole song.
I think it's Texas in that case.
Fool me, you can't get fooled again.
Yeah. I hope Abe's mic sounds good. He's staring right at
I
me. His
hated
mic's
that.
open. You don't know that?
I do.
That
but,
was
like,
really
you guys
good,
just like
Avery.
waited there talking.
That
was really
Southern
good.
Back and
Thank
forth.
Like it sounded like the song.
Because I'm from Texas. Jessica, any more news?
No, I really
Zach.
almost got me doing an accent though.
Can we do
Nope,
a whole
that's
pod in
gonna
the
wrap it
accent?
That's why I said I
I'm
hate it
down.
because I can't do it. I'm
I'll
like,
do
I
it the
can't.
whole show. I'll
Try
do it
it.
the whole show.
Howdy, y'all.
No, there's a lot of people turning it off. Oh, by the way, I hope Bickle still listens. And Bill.
We'll shout them out properly.
I don't know
Luke.
if Bickle does. I know Bill does.
Well, we'll see. Bickle, if you're listening, text me.
Bill doesn't, or Bickle doesn't answer my text. I got tickets. Oh, I texted
He
you.
went
I
Hollywood.
texted you guys about it.
Yeah.
Tickets for the Ryder Cup, and he just left me on.
He's big leaguing us.
Yeah, it's crazy, big.
He just didn't answer.
You texted me, I'm not going to lie. You sent me how much it was. I said, I'm not answering you. I don't blame Bickle, actually. I had the same idea. Cool.
Okay.
Back to you, though, for real.
Okay, great. For real, I already said that I was over.
She tapped out.
Oh, my
segment.
bad. I was caught up in doing the Texas accent. I didn't realize you said that. Well, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that Boz? Did he
Did you
miss?
miss?
Oh, the Boz missed.
Oh, that's huge. I almost picked him up. I'm glad I didn't because you know what I said?
had 18
it's going
last
to be
week.
cold.
Yeah,
It's going to be snowy. I don't want him.
I don't want him on my team.
All
I told
right.
dude, someone's asking me for fantasy football advice. I was like, yeah,
Right.
just keep the Boz this week, bro. He'll be good. He was like, it's the snowy conditions. I don't know. I was like, no, the Boz is good.
They're asking at work?
No, so it's a family friend. Like, it's,
okay.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
bad.
the one that always asks you?
Yeah.
I laughed before you told us what the story was.
Me
Like,
too. I
laughed.
thought that was it.
Yeah, I thought you were good.
I thought the joke was someone asked me for fantasy
me too.
advice.
Oh, no.
Because that's
Stuff.
you know that's
because
funny.
that's what happens when you ask Abe. Keep buzzing.
If you want to be 500, just ask me.
Yeah. All right. So, week 11 recap. We talked about some exciting games going into it. I'm pretty sure all of them ended up being exciting. But what we're going to recap, we'll start with the hometown hoops. Eagles rolled the Commanders. I think they ended up winning by
A lot.
a score.
2 scores.
You score
I think it was 26-18.
27-22.
I think it was 26-18. They scored late.
Yeah, but I was going to say either way, the Commanders' last score was very late and was
It was really late.
not really
26-18.
threatening.
It was like the
26-18.
tale of like the last two
score.
games. The Eagles just looked awful in the first half. Didn't look like they belonged on the field. Second half, turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they looked awful against Dallas in the first half, did they?
Oh, you're right about that. No.
But
Yeah.
every other single
But they
game
definitely
in
looked
the
better
entire
in
year.
the second half, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's also like, what do you take that Dallas game
Right.
for?
Yeah, my take on this one was like, they were like, whoa, okay, Washington is like, or I was watching it, okay, I guess Washington's pretty legit, and we're going to be really competing to win the division, which we still may. But then it looked like the Eagles turned it on a little bit, and they cooked it up in the second half for sure, pulled away big time. Washington couldn't move the ball. Terry McLaurin had 1 catch for 10 yards.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah,
They've been known for shutting down wide receiver ones too, like over like the past like 4 weeks.
yeah.
But to your take on like the Commanders and like stuff like that, I think people get caught up in like what a rookie QB does, like from early on and like through like mid-season. Like, I feel like we've seen this before. I can't draw a name just off the top of my head, but I feel like they do so well in the beginning to middle, and then we get caught up thinking like that's how it define their career kind of.
Yeah.
And like you almost expect that to keep going. It's like he's only played 10 games. Like, and he's been great. Actually, like people are saying MVP. Like to the point of like Commanders legit. I think the Eagles showed that they're kind of not. Like that defense is weak, and I think that if Daniels isn't just being nuts, I don't think they ever have a chance. I think like those both have to legit dominate games.
I think I believe in their offense. I think I believe in Daniels. I understand what
You
you're
want to see him
saying.
recover. I want that to be clear off what I just said.
Well,
My point was that people get caught up in a rookie doing really well early on.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all we have. And he's like usually it's the opposite. Like usually people are like, oh, well, maybe he should sit because the NFL is a much faster game than college, and they're bigger, stronger, faster. So the idea that a quarterback can come in and succeed immediately is just like a plus. It's like, why would he regress? So obviously he can't have a great game every game, but I'd be ecstatic if he was the quarterback for the Eagles. Not necessarily replacing or instead of Jalen Hurts, but like if I was a franchise who needed a quarterback and that's who I drafted, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying that by any means at all.
And I think they can compete. Like, I think it's a good offense.
And I agree with like that. That's what you have. Like, that's basically your report card, right? Is like what you've done since you've got there.
Yeah.
So I agree why people would get caught up in hype. I'm just saying maybe they're not exactly as legit as like they seem.
Sure.
Like that.
I mean,
because we get caught up.
You gotta expect him to hit the rookie wall at some point.
Anytime.
And
right?
Well, there's more film coming out.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get into. But they have film game tapes of 7 or 8 weeks now, so they know kind of what the game plan for. Like coming into the season, you really have his college tape, but he's in a whole new offense with different players. So it's like we don't know how it's going to work. It's worked so well for the first 9 or so weeks, and then you get tape on, and then you kind of figure out how to scheme against them. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen, and hopefully he can adjust for the rest of the season.
100%. I'm sorry, like I was looking to the right too, and I agree with what you just said. Like I want him to bounce back too. I think he's awesome. Like he's a good guy. His interviews are cool. Like all that. Like everything about it. You gotta root for him.
I want him to do well, but just not better than the Eagles.
Exactly.
Make it competitive, make it fun. Let's have a rivalry
100%.
going. But like,
I look to the.
Let's go Birds.
I didn't mean to like look to the right, but I wanted to see even not to make it more about the Commanders, but like just interested in like who they play, and they should like they have an easy schedule. They play Dallas twice, Titans, us, and Falcons. Like outside of like us, it's like
they're all winnable games.
Yeah.
And even with the Eagles, it should be, it was a score. It was a 1 touchdown game, so like it was close, even though they scored late.
100%.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I used to like Antoine Randall, and Santana Moss.
Clinton Portis was my guy.
They both played for the Steelers too.
Pierre Garçon was also a menace there.
Pierre Garçon was a legend.
Sorry, I did like once again. I didn't mean to make that about the.
I just said Clinton Portis. That's my guy.
Who's more on? Oh, wait, who am I thinking of? Who's the white guy in the Browns? He was in the Madden cover, and then he was.
Brock Lesnar.
That's who.
That's the Browns, though.
That's what I said. I said who was on the Browns that I was thinking of accidentally.
Yeah.
Once again, I didn't mean to make it about the Commanders. I was just curious.
Yeah. Anyway, the Eagles rolled the Commanders, which was great to see because Mike's pretty confident now saying it, and so am I. But like going into it, that was supposed to be a pretty let's see what happens game. Something interesting I saw this week before we move off of the Eagles was that Saquon, there was a clip that went viral with him wanting the younger guys to get their touches and their touchdowns in a game that was a blowout. And then obviously there's a lot in the media about the tush push, Jalen Hurts stealing his touchdowns. and he seems to be very excited about it. It's like a great sport. Doesn't really care. Wants to win. I believe that's what the kind of guy he is by nature. But what I learned recently is that there's no touchdown clause in his contract. So
he doesn't get a bonus kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no bonus for having more. And I mean, he has 11 touchdowns. He's one of the league leaders. But I'm sure that kind of helps the whole let's just go win mentality. Although I do believe he is that kind of guy regardless.
1,000,000%. But those clips of him being like, let's run that shit again. And he's like, we're running that again on y'all. And he's like, and he's like talking shit to like the defense, like saying like,
I think it was the Giants too, the one that
it's so funny. He's like, oh, we're gonna push it again. Get up here, let's go. Let's run it.
You're supposed to score. You're supposed to score on that.
And he's like, I squat all you. That's what he should have said.
Sorry. You do it then. That's my thing with all the whole people who hate the tush push. It's like, all right, fine. No, everyone else should do it. Oh, no one else wants to do it. Oh, okay, why not? Because it must not be as simple as we make it look.
And proof how it didn't work. Literally weeks 1 through like 3.5-ish. I feel like we figured it out kind of more in week 4, but like there was fumbles on it. There was like it's not that easy.
I love the tweaks to it. Not gonna lie, like they're not like running under. Yeah.
But the thing is, dude, when I see them, I'm like, you stupid. I hate it. It makes me mad at first, and then it works out. I'm like, great play. Good job, guys.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like we are thinking fantasy, we're thinking gambling, we're thinking all these
hometown
things.
Hoops that I want to win, not even tips the ball incorrectly and lose.
That's why when the ball eventually goes in the end zone, we're just like, you know what? I kind of like it.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. I don't know who wrote this next line here, but I'm not going to intro that next piece right here.
Oh.
This is mine.
Yeah, I thought it might be. So Mike's got something.
I was going to say, interesting side on the Eagles, too. It's like just one thing to bring up because I was screaming at the TV during it is, what do you do with Elliott? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, the field goals?
Dude, how many, though?
I mean, kickers don't have a very long leash, but I would say one more game of 50%, you're out of here.
Sorry, I couldn't help bring it up. I'm pretty sure, like, I saw some statistic, like, 40, I think it was on the dot, like, 40 yards, he's, like, 4 for 12 or, like, something like that. Like, it's not good.
That's horrible. Over this year or, like, the past couple years?
I might be over-exaggerating the stat a little bit, but we don't fact-check on
something. We never fact-check.
But I know it's something like that.
I could do 40.
No, but it's, like, close to 50. I know that. Like, it's not far in between.
That's 2-5.
So, dude, what's up with kickers in general this year? Like, even Justin Tucker's like in shambles. Like, there's been bad kicking all around the league.
Who
Jamar
is
Chase is talking shit to everybody. You see him chirping his kicker? Dude, he was making fun of his kicker. He's like, dude, you can't miss that. Like, he was kind of smiling because I think I don't know if they end up winning.
I saw CeeDee Lamb.
He was like, that's why we pay you the big bucks to make it in crunch time. And he goes, yeah, I mean, you dropped a pass earlier, so I figured I had a miss or two.
That's good bands. It's great bands.
There is Zane Gonzalez, actually, because you brought up Justin Tucker, he passed Justin Tucker in made percentage of field goals because of what Justin Tucker just did.
Yeah,
this past weekend. I swear to God, he's literally first in field goal percentage. Zane Gonzalez now.
Does he have enough kicks like that?
That's what I thought. Yeah. But he has to because that's a real thing.
Oh. Okay. So I have now said last thing on the Eagles. Mike has said it, and now Abe's gonna say it one more time.
Go Birds.
Well, you have one last thing for the Eagles,
dude. So Reed Blankenship and my guy Cooper DeJean. Actually, I wasn't too fond of at the beginning of the year, but he's playing so well, so I can't knock him. But they wore these shirts coming into the game. They said exciting whites and had them both of their faces in or both their that. So like he was like walking in the mall and like he saw these shirts or something and he's like, those are cool. And then the dude who made the shirts sent them to him and he was like, yo, we're wearing them.
Yeah.
So he got one for his boy Reed Blankenship and they pulled up together. And it was a live
What do you
scene.
mean they say exciting whites? Like what does the shirt look like? I didn't see it at all.
It just says like it's them in the like the Eagles jersey and then like has a really cool graphic and then it just says exciting whites.
We gotta wear that on the pod.
That's me and you. So like, exciting whites.
The meme is like someone went to like a wine store or something and like there was a section of wine and it just says exciting whites.
Oh wow, that's great.
But then they like ripped it and turned it into a t-shirt.
That's awesome.
And also don't forget about
catch 25 yards. Love it.
Don't forget about my boy Blake Covey too. He's coming off of IR, 30. So we've had another addition to the exciting whites for the Birds.
I don't know if he'll be back there. Cooper DeJean's been killing the punt returns, but I love seeing Covey back there. It sucks.
So fast,
dude. I have this tweet.
I would make the switch.
Just because.
Let the Gene focus on defense.
I have this tweet. It's in my drafts. I was waiting for Britton Covey to make uno mistake-o, but he hasn't so far. But he's wearing the same number of... I forget his name.
Your mom.
The other white cornerback?
No. He was a quarterback. He was a wide receiver back in the day, and he went to a concert and he said some bad things.
Riley Cooper?
Yeah. And so he's wearing the same number, I think. And I was like, why is Riley Cooper running the punch back for my Philadelphia Eagles? I was going to say that if he dropped the fumble, but he hasn't. So like,
that's
I haven't been able to use my tweet.
Number 14.
But now I got it on the podcast.
Well, that's where everyone's going to hear
it. Hey, I'll say now it's going global.
What? Hannah D in the building.
Hi.
What's going on? How are you?
She said hi, Mike. So that's fun, dude. I didn't know that. Exciting Whites is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
dude, we need Exciting Whites shirts.
I'm down.
Christmas is coming.
We should make a graphic tee with just you guys on Exciting Whites.
Yeah.
But then we
should maybe change the whole podcast.
I was going to say, we could do
Abe's
one.
Out.
He would get a solo.
It's now no longer Sideline Banter. Now it's called Exciting Whites.
I'm with it.
Jessica can stay. Obviously.
Where did you hear that?
No.
We're going to change the pod to the Exciting Whites, and then we're going to kick Abe off.
You're going to have to listen to the pod to find out.
Yeah. I'm gone.
We'll tell you after, but we can't run it back. We've been talking about the Eagles for 40 minutes.
Yeah, my bad.
Lions roll the Jags, and I mean roll. 52-6. Dougie P. It was cool for him to link up in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, but it's just not working out. It's just really not. I know he's got a Super Bowl ring, but one more bad week, he might be a midseason fire.
Well,
go ahead.
Trevor Lawrence didn't play this game. Mac Jones was playing in this one, but I mean, 52-6 is still bad on any level.
The past two, and like that's my thing too. Like, you're gonna give him one more game as like a trial and be like, oh, if you don't beat,
Okay, fine. The season.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like 8.
They're bad.
52-6 is
listen.
crazy.
If anyone knows I'm against them, you know how much I hate Trevor Lawrence. You know that.
Sunshine.
But you can't be like, oh, hey, go beat the 8-1 Lions, the best team in the NFL, without your QB, and you're fired.
No, at 52-6 is crazy.
Yeah,
all of them scored.
Like,
if you did a parlay and you're like, I don't know what line to pick.
Close
your eyes and
just pick lines.
Dude, Sam Laporta was out the game and he still scored.
Yeah.
The other tight end there is nice though.
Pretty sure the coach scored.
Campbell could.
Anyway, Lions stay hot. They look great. Jags stay cold. They look horrible. 52-6 is ridiculous. Jets. 30 seconds. We are done covering the Jets.
We're just all out.
They fired their GM. They suck. Cowboys also. They lost again. They suck. No more Jets. No more Cowboys until further notice.
The only thing is, do they sit Rodgers? That's the only thing that would be like even worth considering.
For what though?
If they sit Rodgers or something cool happens, we'll let you know. The Jets and the Cowboys suck until further notice.
Yeah, I'm okay.
We keep talking about it. I'm in. Breeze and Devontae Adams. No, we're done with the Jets. Done with the Cowboys. Sorry. Bills beat the Chiefs. The Taylor Swift curse is finally been broken, which is great. Whoa, the Wizard of Oz.
Wicked.
It looks like this is the Wizard of Oz.
No,
it's wicked, my boy.
You actually might have just got the podcast canceled too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
This is literally Wicked. It's different than the Wizard of Oz.
But it is based off of the Wizard of Oz.
But that was the Wizard of Oz.
No, that's
No.
Wicked.
I know, but the big face that came out is the Wizard of Oz.
Literally. Okay, yeah.
And then that was the Wicked Witch of the West.
Get her
Before
yeah.
she became.
Oh, before she became Wicked. So this is a prequel to Wizard of Oz?
Hannah.
I think so, but don't fact check me.
Okay.
We don't do fact checks over here.
I
We don't
don't
fact
know.
check. Can someone let me know? I'm not sure what Mike's alluding to, but that looked like the Wizard of Oz.
No, it is.
I know Wicked
it's
is
the
coming
same
out.
universe for sure. I just don't remember if it's before or after. I think it's before. It has
So
to be
she's not
before.
Dorothy.
It has to be because she's
Maybe
like
she's
a little.
she becomes the Wicked Witch of the East. I don't know Wicked.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah.
I don't. I think you just made that up.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No. Her legs are underneath the house in the beginning of the movie.
Okay, I'm gonna
She's
Google
dead.
it right now. Just stay tuned, okay?
Telling you,
Thanks, Jamie.
there's a Witch of the East as well. She might not be Wicked, but I think she is. But that was Anyway, okay, yeah.
Off the wicket talk.
So the Bills beat the Chiefs. Josh Allen probably moves himself into number 1 in the MVP race because Lamar Jackson keeps losing, and Joe Burrow too. So, and Josh Allen is probably having like the 3rd, arguably best season for the quarterbacks, and they're winning a ton of games. So he's probably the MVP. Mahomes, he lost. The Chiefs lost. I think they're still a strong team. I actually think they haven't played their best football yet, even close to it, or maybe a couple games. But like his statistics are average, and they're 9-1. So if I'm a Chiefs fan, a lot would have to go wrong for me to be worried necessarily. But I don't think the Chiefs are unlike the Eagles last year, who were 10-0. I don't think they're going to lose 6 straight and get blown out in the playoffs. Or did they not make it?
Andy Reid will suit up himself if he has to. He doesn't let his teams do that.
Yeah. So, but, however, I don't think they're as strong as a 9-1 team. Although Mahomes will always be great in the playoffs.
They got 15, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But like they're not. They weren't playing undefeated football. Is my point.
Oh no.
No, the most famous saying in the book is "Good teams find a way to win," right? And it's like they're always going to be a good team. It don't really matter, and they're banged up. Pacheco comes back this week.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a little.
That 1-2 punch though with Kareem Hunt.
It's going to have to be right. You can't sit Kareem fully after what he's been doing.
Yeah. I tried to trade you a few times this week, and I keep seeing. Yeah, I see Pacheco is coming back, and I'm like, I can't really offer him like a running back to you. Is nothing. You're getting a free running back in your mind right now,
and I already have good running backs.
Yeah. All right.
Is trade deadline this week or next week?
I think it's next
That's
week.
like
I thought it was
No,
this week.
it's this week.
This week.
Oh, if anyone wants to do that, you didn't
are we
bring it up.
cooked? Is the game's
Maybe.
on?
You might be.
Dude.
I don't know, Commish, what are we saying?
I already changed mine.
I've been offering Neil out the wazoo.
No, it's next weekend. I said that.
Oh, it's next weekend.
But Abe beat me in fantasy this past week.
Cooked. I can't get into first place, which is crazy. All right.
500, boys. Here we
Bills
go. We're
beat
back.
the Chiefs. Next thing, it was a great Sunday night game. The Chargers came out to a huge lead against the Bengals, and then the Bengals came all the way back to tie it 27-27. Joe Burrow, another great game. Jamar Chase, another great game. But then in OT, I think it was OT. I don't
quote me on
No,
it.
maybe it wasn't. Anyway, the Chargers scored a late touchdown and won 34-27. So Joe Burrow, as I alluded to earlier, continues to have a great year. They actually have Joe Burrow's going to win the Triple Crown. Well, as of now, he's leading in the Triple Crown: yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage.
I guess so, yeah.
And Jamar Chase is leading in yards, touchdowns, and receptions.
Passer rating, maybe?
Maybe passer rating. And they have a defensive end, or it has to be a defensive end, like an edge rusher, leading the league in sacks.
Hendrickson. Yeah, he's nice.
Sacks.
He's leading the league in sacks?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Tackles for loss and one other thing. So they have 3 players who have this Triple Crown type deal, and they're 4-7.
You know what's funny is me and Alexander were talking about how good Trey Hendrickson is. And we were like, they remind us of LSU because how bad LSU's defense is.
Yeah.
We were saying this about LSU, but then we were like, oh, it's like the Bengals, but they only have Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was having that good of a year, though.
Yeah. 91?
Yeah.
White bloke?
White bloke, yeah.
White bloke.
He's
an exciting white.
He's an exciting white for sure.
All right, Mike, you want to walk us through week 12?
I just think, do you want to jump in or do you want to run through just like a few?
No, just whatever is exciting coming up.
I think Packers against the Niners. Packers are 7-3, right? I feel like you don't expect that with like I feel like Jordan
Love in and out.
Yeah, well, not that, but like Jordan Love got a lot of flack kind of coming in this year, right? Like, is he the guy? People are like, they don't have Aaron Jones, all that.
Hey, this podcast had him as MVP.
Oh, I know. I was part of that. I was part of the bet.
Yeah.
But still,
we still believe.
And then people are like, don't have Aaron Jones. The wide receivers are just all over the place. Like, there was never like an actual one. People said they're 7-3. They play the Niners. I think the Niners are 5-4.
Ross.
5-4.
I guess it would be 6 and.
I think they had a
6
bye.
and 4.
Who?
The Niners.
Well, this is coming into week 12.
I think the Niners had a bye.
I think they had a bye.
6-4.
But we're going into week
12. They
12.
won last week too, correct?
That was a 12. Am I tripping?
It's a weird game. I think both teams are kind of playing
Both teams kind of
awkwardly. Yeah, both teams could use the win for morale and maybe need it for playoffs. Packers are in a weird situation with the Vikings.
I was about to say, the Vikings are having a killer season.
Yeah. But that'll be a good game. I think both teams have something to prove to the rest of the NFC in a way.
Oh, 100%. I think both are like the team that you kind of expect to be up there. I don't really like the slate. Like I was kind of looking to see like just potential bets, especially for like the parlay party.
Yeah.
I just don't like any of it.
Yeah.
I like the only thing I would bet on
that.
is I would just hammer the Chiefs of everything because they play the Panthers. That's it.
Covered.
Like even Bryce, I think I saw his line. It was like 0.5 touchdown, like over.
I hope the parlay party's listening. Everybody bet on Chiefs players.
The only other thing is like I guess like the Monday night game. It's the Harbaugh brothers. Like that's cool.
That's so cool.
I don't know if that's ever like happened ever.
Yeah, happened in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
They played
Niners Ravens.
Harbaugh brothers. That's funny.
The same brothers.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. But like I wonder.
Dude, they look just like their dad. It's crazy.
Even more interesting.
Their dad's the man.
Are they twins?
No.
No, I don't think so. There's a few years.
They're close.
No, because there's like a story about something when they were younger and like one of them.
Oh yeah, one looks young.
There's a story about one of them helping.
Baltimore looks younger, you think?
Baltimore is like a stud. Yeah.
Really?
Michigan and Chargers.
Well, the Chargers guys got way more energy.
I am all. That's who I'm
sure.
all in on him and Herbert. I'm all in on him. I love them two together. I think it's so cool and like
they look fun
the way they interact with each other. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are also like just surprising and like.
Dude, I don't know how they're doing it. They have like no receivers. I feel like, or
well,
no big name receivers.
They lost.
But their running backs.
They lost.
Ladd's nice though.
Yes, Ladd's a great draft pick. Quentin Johnson cannot catch.
He scores tutties.
Really
he scores tutties.
He gets open, so it's like a 50%.
It actually hits him in the face mask because Justin Herbert throws so hard.
Yeah, runs. Dude, he's like a 50% catch rate, but he gets targeted 8 times a game, so he gets like 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. And then J.K. Dobbins,
J.K.'s having a season,
and they got Gus Edwards back.
It's only injury.
Exactly. Their running back, that combo is not bad at all.
Defense is solid.
Yeah.
He's always been good. It's just like. He's hurt.
Actually, because we talked about the Bengals, if you give the Bengals a Chargers defense, the Bengals are like a playoff team right now, like a strong playoff team. So I think that's what makes the Chargers interesting, because like especially against the Ravens. So I think not only is it cool that it's brothers, but it's also like a high-powered offense or high-powered defense, but then it also an offense that's showing they can play a little bit better and maybe compete with Lamar.
The game against the Bengals was great, so the game against the Ravens should be great too. In my opinion.
I'm just thinking about this. So J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, both from Baltimore, going against Baltimore. I wonder if the game's in Baltimore.
I don't know, actually.
It'd be a cool homecoming.
Can you look that up real quick?
Yo, I can tell you in a second. We play away and we're the top team. It is in
L.A.
Okay.
All right, so not the most exciting week 12, but obviously we do need to close out the NFL with Jessica's parlay of the week now. Before we do get there, I do want to make sure we cover our secret. It's a small town team. It's a small market team, but they have a great fan base. They have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time to ever play there. And right now, they just cannot figure out their quarterback situation. So, Hannah, I'm so happy you're here. Could you just give us a little run through about like what do you see the rest of the Colts season looking like?
I wasn't supposed to speak on the podcast tonight, but I will say that I will be in attendance at the game.
What?
I know.
Who do they play?
The Lions, unfortunately.
Are you going to Detroit or is it in Indianapolis?
No. Why would I go too far away to an away game?
Because you're a dog.
Especially like Detroit too. That's so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Hannah in Detroit
it's at Lucas
crazy.
Oil Stadium.
Lucas Oil Stadium, the best stadium ever built.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up with the rest of the season with the Colts? And Richardson's back in. He's running for 7 touchdowns a game. He can't throw though. What's going on? Is he concussed? Is he healthy?
No. Okay, he's healthy. He's just getting back into the swing of things. Like he didn't play a lot in college. He's just like getting used to playing week over week. And I think that he is a strong quarterback. I was going to say Super Bowl. I'm sorry. It's on my mind.
So last time you were here, you were okay with Flacco riding it out with Flacco. Are you also okay
and then
with...
I saw what actually transpired, so I take all of that back.
You could have been right, though, now that he sat and came back and did what he did. Like, maybe he needed the wake-up call.
That is true. I think you
right.
said it in
Mike,
an
and
ideal
that is
position.
why you're my favorite friend of Luke's. Don't tell anyone else
I'm here for that.
That was what we were talking about earlier. She was like, don't tell Mike, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but he's my favorite. And
I appreciate that. I'm here for that.
She goes, because of his personality. And I'm like, cracking up. I'm like, oh, that's why everyone hates Mike.
One way or the
No,
other.
Mike is a real person. He is just funny and he says what's on his mind, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's right.
I am a real person.
He is real. He's right here in the flesh. All right, so that almost wraps up the NFL. Obviously, we can't leave you hanging without your parlay of the week. So, Jessica, without
Just a
reading
crazy
ChatGPT,
segment.
what do you got for us?
All right. I'm not. First of all, that was rude. I don't do that. Second of all, I have something that could make this parlay really worthwhile for the money, and I just need to run it by Mike specifically.
I gotta open the fan door.
Um,
gotta get locked
I'm
in.
kidding. I can run it by everybody.
Let's
and
get a timestamp here.
do
for
we
that.
really feel like, honestly, the Cowboys will lose for a sixth game in a row?
Yes, they play the Commanders.
I know they do, but can they lose?
Yes. They're going to lose.
Oh, okay, because they're
100%.
plus
I
10,
like the-
and
I
I
actually
like the odds.
love the
I
thought.
actually
I
like
love
the
the
thought.
thought. The Commanders just lost 2 games in a row that were
Oh, they
tough for
did?
them.
I didn't
They
realize
lost
that.
a 1-point game and then they lost to a division rival. There's no way. And Dallas, they don't. they're
Jessica,
gonna
you know
win.
what's funny? That
What,
was
Mike?
my exact thought in taking the Browns tonight. Is that they're 2-8 and Steelers are 8-2. There's no way the Steelers can keep doing it.
That's
I know.
more reasonable. Dallas is so bad.
I know, but 2-8 is so bad.
You can believe in Jameis. We're
All
going
right,
to
so
go
let me
believe in
tell you
Cooper
this.
Rush.
Not
Yeah, that's fair.
helping.
Good point.
I have, because none of my parlays have been hitting, so I'm changing my tactics every single week. I'm now looking at the public betting right now. I'm going to the very delinquentness
Love
of
it.
my life.
Fade the public.
Okay, public's going with the Commanders. I will tell you what though, guys, not by as much as you thought. It does seem like a lot, but
That's because it's you need to fade.
26% of the population, which might all be in Dallas, are
That's not that much, actually.
out of 74% for the Commanders.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
that's the
terrible.
spread. That's the spread, not the money line. Probably.
It's percentage of bets in general, not necessarily spread versus money line.
It's probably spread.
Okay, you can assume that, but I don't know for a fact.
I
And by the
cannot let my
way,
listeners bet on the
I-
Cowboys this weekend. Our listeners.
I want to interject so bad.
Go
Come
ahead.
on.
No, not in this though. I just want to say something.
Say
It's
something,
really
do
funny.
it.
It's non-related, but fantasy football wise, I am playing the one known as Melvin Forkput this week.
Did he
And
change his lineup?
Probably not. I started Najee Harris. I thought he just fumbled, but apparently he didn't fumble. So now I'm hype.
Now you're amped.
For the world,
but he's got
Melvin
0.8
doesn't do
points at
that,
the
right?
moment.
He doesn't set his lineups
He says his
ever.
lineup for about 4 weeks.
Only if he
Yeah.
plays me, actually.
He said his lineup last week. That's how we confirmed.
Last year
that
he wasn't
was-
around for a while and he played me and he changed his lineup. This year he also played me.
He
and
always
changed
beats
his
me,
lineup.
which is hilarious. That was a catch, Ave, and I don't
He's
know
coming
how many
back.
yards.
Flag.
Go ahead, Jessica. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
back to the parlay.
don't like your answer.
Let's circle back on the Cowboys and Commanders, and let's do the rest of your parlay.
I know, but that really depends on which route I'm going.
I can help you. I got.
Yeah, please do.
I do have one good one who I like,
Tell me what your good one is.
and I don't want to like it's yours, but
Hey.
I like the Bears.
Okay. I'll tell
Bears
you
money
what.
line.
I love that pick, Mike. I love it.
Who do they play?
You don't like
I
that?
don't know. I just when you two team up, it scares me.
We hit it last time. In college, my last one that I did on college football, we hit.
All right, well, make it. Listen, I'm not a part of this. If the Cowboys are in this parlay, don't put my name against it. It's Jessica's parlay. Mike's gonna help. I'm not saying any
I
words.
love the Commanders, by the way, this year.
Are you an Eagles fan or
No, Avery. This was in
for
the
gambling
betting world.
purposes?
This
For
is for the
gambling
gambling
purposes.
purposes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I a few betting options have said, "What you want me to get it going?" I'm thinking out loud.
I want you to give the people the parlay they deserve.
I literally can't decide if I want to do this or not. I'm doing it.
Dude, every play feels like a replay
doing
with this
it.
angle.
Run it.
I'm
Run
running it. Let me
Speak it.
let me get in here. We're gonna go Cowboys plus 10. That's so many points. Come
That
on,
is a
Cowboys.
lot of
That's double
points.
digits in NFL
That is a
crazy.
And
lot
if
of
you do
points.
it tonight, you'll get it.
That's a lot of points.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
I'm not saying money. I'm not.
Okay.
All right, great, perfect.
You don't have to just rip it off so I can list it out on the video. You don't have to explain. it
Yeah,
all
but
on.
we're literally talking
player
through.
this
We're in the
game feels
business
like
of
an
making
instant
money.
replay.
Okay.
He's gonna miss.
I think so.
You
Why
took
does
them
that
plus
dude wind up so
9.5 or
wide?
plus 10.5.
I have 10. You have 9.
9.5 would be better. It's better
Flag
odds.
something
If
back
they're
then.
gonna cover by 10.5, they're gonna cover by. You're giving them points, or you're having them.
I'm giving them. I'm not touching anything.
Plus
on this.
9.5 would be better. If they're gonna cover by 10, they're gonna cover by 9.
I'll alternate
I don't know
spread
if
that. That's
true.
fine.
10's a touchdown and a field goal. It's very possible to
You're
win
right.
by.
It's a good point.
All right, Cowboys by 10. What's next, Jesse?
Yeah, let's go.
We gotta get
Cowboys
to NBA.
10.5. Here's another interesting one because we're on there. Question: how are the Panthers this year?
Bad.
Really, really bad?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't touch
Do
them.
you think? Okay. Do you think the Chiefs cover 10.5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just got done saying how if I don't like betting on any of the games this weekend, but I would just hammer everything on the Chiefs. Is what I said.
So why don't we do Cowboys
commit.
plus 10.5, Chiefs minus 10.5? I think the Broncos money line, and I think the 49ers money line.
I like the
Okay, and Hannah really wants us to
the Broncos
bet.
to cover.
Really? Okay, fine. Broncos to cover minus 6.5.
No,
Easy
6.5.
enough.
No, that's fine. So it's
I have it
6.5 against who?
The Raiders.
Oh my god.
No,
Yeah.
I would.
The Raiders
Okay.
suck.
Yeah, terrible.
All right, move back to money line because I got confused.
No,
All right,
not
well, I'm
money
taking
line.
the cover.
How do we
6.5.
feel about the Colts?
How big is parlay?
I'm out.
I can't. bet
Sorry,
on the
I
Colts.
had to be. I appreciate you and everything you said. I just can. I'll never bet
Mike.
against the Lions for the entire year. I have them bet. I bet on them to win the Super Bowl.
They just won by 40.
Okay, I
6
just wanted to
points.
say though that I was told by a psychic that I'm a psychic, and I just have a feeling that
we're
they're
taking
gonna
the
win.
mic away. We're taking the mic away.
All right.
They're playing the Lions,
No.
and they're down by a touchdown right now. So, no. Over under?
Over under 75.
Over under 50.
Because the Lions put up 75.
They put up 70. And
That's crazy. Should we go over 50? It's wild.
No. We did our 4-leg parlay.
All right, here's our 4-leg parlay right now because of the Cowboys,
That's
crazy
enough.
odds. We have San Francisco 49ers. We are doing money line. Plus 138 is where that stands. Dallas Cowboys plus 10.5, minus 115.
Oh,
Wait, I'm
nice.
sorry. I'm reading this backwards. Luke, here you go. I
Oh
like
my
when you do
God.
it anyway. I just did it backwards and now I'm
I
mad.
took something out accidentally. My finger hit it.
Oh my
Better not
gosh,
have
you
moved
did.
anything, Mike.
I mean, it was the way I caught it.
What was the last one? Broncos.
Cowboys.
No, I had
Broncos.
the
I just took Broncos.
I
Oh,
had
Chiefs.
no,
Broncos, Chiefs. You had the
Cowboys.
Cowboys at 10.
and I had
Niners.
You want me
Yeah.
to put the Bears in there for Michael?
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, put the Bears in
Then
there,
I
put the
will
Bears in
read
there.
it.
put the Bears in there. Did you do it?
Broncos to cover.
No, she took a money line, but I took a cover.
We're covered.
Cover
And Bears money
fine.
line or Bears spread?
Bears.
Plus 3.5.
Bears money
Bears
line.
money line.
All right.
That's a decent one. The public split.
really good
almost.
one, actually.
The
The odds are
public
probably
split
crazy.
almost 50-50.
All right. We got San Francisco 49ers money line. Ding. It's going to ding in the video.
I know.
Dallas Cowboys plus 10.5. Kansas City Chiefs minus 10.5. Denver Broncos minus 6.5. Chicago Bears money line. $10 wins you $405.
That's a good one, too,
That's a good
actually.
one.
That's a solid one.
If
So
that one
100
hits,
wins you
that's
4K.
that's like a good one.
Good luck. Have fun. We're going to the
Good
NBA.
luck. Have fun.
All right. Ave, this will be
What's up,
quick.
player?
Mike, I don't know why I only said Ave on that. The Cavaliers lost, I think, to Boston.
The Bastion in
Yeah.
Bastion.
Yeah.
Shaka.
That's fine. They're 16-1. Still something to be proud of. But the East and the NBA, well, the East runs through Boston, arguably the NBA. So we were talking about how they were undefeated. It's been great. They are now 16-1. Not a big deal. They'll still compete, but whatever. Any comments on the Cavs?
No, it was a good game. I mean, Boston was up by like 21 in that game, and then the Cavs kind of made it a game at the end. It was the it's like an in-season playoff game. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like very competitive. I think I just muted myself. The Celtics had already lost in the in-season tournament, so they really needed this win. There's only 4 games that they played before the playoffs in the in-season tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But they got it. So like it's that block of teams is looking very exciting because you got the Cavs and Boston. I think only one team makes it. So
Really?
yeah,
So the Sixers have a chance.
absolutely not. They're
No.
0-2 in the in-season tournament.
Great.
Bracket.
Great. Grape.
You want to be pilot?
All right, yeah. Jokic season. Jokic is great. Can we all agree?
He's pretty good at basketball, yes.
Great, best center in the league, bar none. One of the best centers of all time at this point. 2-time MVP, NBA champion. Could win again this year. I don't know if you guys knew this. I only saw it yesterday, maybe the day before. Denver offense is number 1 in the league when he's on the court. Sorry, number 1 historically when he's on the court. They are last in the history of the NBA when he is not on the court.
So history and history?
Yes.
That's kind of a bonker stat.
Yeah.
Say that
Is he
for
the
2
best
minutes
player
ago.
ever?
Well, I don't know.
Offensively?
He's definitely the most
statistically, like efficient wise, like he might be.
Might be the most unique. Him or KD.
What's his per 36 though?
I think Jordan and Chamberlain and LeBron still lead in PER, player efficiency rating. AD's really high in that too. But
This year is
Jokic has to
probably
be
crazy.
up there.
What's his per 36 though? How many points is he averaging per 36 minutes? That's the ultimate indicator if you're a good basketball
You
player.
just say that because Joel Embiid is really, really good at that stat.
No, because you can play like 2 minutes and like you score 1 buck and you're per 36. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't hate that stat when you're a
It'd have to
A
be
player
a
that
big,
plays
it'd
a
have
lot
to
of
be a big
minutes.
time minutes.
Yeah.
Like
I would say if you play 20 or more minutes a game, that's a good stat. Or
but that's
even
what I mean. It would have to be a
15 minutes.
big. You got to be a certain amount of minutes to be able to.
Yeah. But also on Jokic, so Shaq's best ever season points per game. I think Isaiah Thomas's best ever assists per game, and I believe,
Rebound.
yeah,
Dennis
it was like
Rodman or something.
Tim Duncan. No,
The round mound of rebound, Charles.
it might have been Charles Barkley. This stat is crazy. If you take their best ever,
In a season.
yeah, and you applied it to Jokic this season, all of his statistics would decrease.
Wow.
That's crazy. Jokic is very, very good.
Very good. And like Jamal Murray had like a quiet opening to the season. I think he's picking it up now. But like Jokic was playing out of his mind and Jamal Murray was like not backing him up. But the numbers are still there for Jokic. So
Yeah.
great basketball player.
And a great segue to the next part about Russ.
Big Russ.
Who
Yeah,
just
Russell
is-
Westbrook. He just completed his 200th NBA triple double. That's most all time. He's the triple double king. In second, no, he's not in second place, but he's gonna probably beat him eventually. But Jokic is sitting at 136. This is insane.
Yeah, do you know the games against for either of those guys? Obviously, Russ has more
Russ
games,
a lot
right?
more.
Yeah.
I would probably say like half of the games for Jokic, maybe a little bit more.
Now you can hold it. I fixed the
Okay.
thing.
I would say half the games.
I don't
for-
think you want to, but if it's yeah.
I would say half the games
have
for
to.
Jokic. He's played half as many games as Russell, and he's got more than half of what the triple doubles that Russell has accomplished his whole career
Yeah, so he will end up number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
by far.
That bottle's
Um,
gonna fall.
Another record breaking performance. James Harden passed the UConn great
Oh,
Ray
yeah.
Allen in 3-pointers
right?
made to move up to second, but he will never catch up to
Stefan.
Curry. Yeah, Wardell is up there for good. I think he'll hold the record for a long time.
I don't know.
Yo, I was curious just because we were talking about it. Can I rewind it because this is actually
Absolutely
insane.
not.
This is okay.
No,
No, go for
no
it.
rewinds.
Yo, Jokic is 685 games played, and Westbrook is like 1170.
Yeah, like half the games. Yeah,
Like it's insane.
So you nailed it.
Yeah, 1175. I was confirming you. I was fact checking you on Sideline
why'd
Banter.
you fact check, bro?
First
We
time
don't
for
do
everything.
that.
First time for everything.
First time.
Yeah, but yeah, Abe, that is crazy. KD had a lot of nice things to say about James Harden passing that record as far as like being an inspiration
Yeah.
to the game and all that jazz.
And so does Steph Curry. I know Steph Curry's still in first place, but he had a lot of great things to say about Harden as well.
Yeah.
And they actually played each other at that game where he passed.
Oh, that's right.
Ray
He
Allen.
hugged him, I think. I think Curry like on
Knows
the
what
court
it
gave him a
takes,
big
kind of
hug.
thing. Game respect game.
Yeah, I mean they.
He's also the greatest.
Yeah, Harden he like stepped into the Curry era in stride and kind of just figured it out. Like when he came into the league, he wasn't necessarily a 3-point
No, I wouldn't say
threat.
so.
But yeah, he was dude, 2017 to 2019, James Harden.
With the Rockets, yeah. I used to play with him in 2K all the time.
MVP is insane, dude.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
His career arc is crazy. Like, he jumped into the league and played with Russell and KD and played, like, the back fiddle to them. Like, he was, like, the sixth man. And then to be that multi-MVP, it's crazy.
It's so cool.
And they all have won MVP. It's insane. Like, whoever that GM is, you did your job.
Kudos. And still doing a great job, by the way.
Yeah, they're like the best. He's doing the best job he's ever done at this point, and he already drafted 3 MVPs back to back to back.
Get that man a raise.
Quick little pun, I guess, on the NBA. Quick little halftime, maybe.
Oh,
for the next one, really quick.
No, let's finish NBA. You don't do it in the middle of the segment. You got 10 minutes for me? 5 minutes?
Well, I mean, we're editing this out now.
What?
You're not putting this part out there.
Why?
This is the best part, bro. We're putting this at the beginning.
No shot.
All right, we'll see. It's up to me.
He is the editor-in-chief.
So, Abe, James Harden is in second, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And in first, as we also alluded to, is Steph Curry. Steph has 4 rings.
Yeah.
Every year I say he's like on the out of his prime or at least on the back end of his prime, but maybe the way he plays, definitely the way he plays lends to longevity.
I don't know, because he runs like 1,000,000 miles per game. He's getting bumped off screens, setting screens on big men. Like, he's putting his body on the line.
That hard.
I don't know.
He puts his body on the line, bro.
Steven Adams' pick hits pretty
hard.
hard.
He'll set down screens on big men, and like, these guys are 7 foot, 270 pounds. Like, these are big dudes.
Okay, fine. Then even more so, does he have another ring in him? They are currently, I think, 11-3 and leading the Western Conference, and
they look
there's
great.
no reason why they're not going to be competitive.
I love it.
The West is great, dude.
What'd you say?
Yeah, the West is great.
The West is great, but like, I love the balance that the Warriors team has, and also they're playing so many bodies. Like, it's a long season. Like, the NBA season is a marathon. They're playing 10 to 12 players a night, and like, the minutes are so spread out. Like, Steph's numbers aren't that crazy this year, but he's so efficient, and like, the team's playing so well, and they're still winning games. Like, it's not all Steph this year. They're a team. They're a real team.
So what is your answer?
Yes, they can win a chip this year.
See,
they can run it back.
It's so funny. I was going to say the opposite, literally. I was going to say I think Steph has it in him, but I don't think that team does.
Yeah. I mean, that could also be true, but like,
so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good. And like I said, Steph's going to be ready for the playoffs because his minutes are down. Like, they're well balanced. They have a really good team. They're all playing a lot of minutes. They got young players mixed in the bunch, and they could do it. I mean, the West is crazy. It's chaotic, but
you know what's crazy actually
Kuminga,
too?
great role player. Kuminga,
yeah,
great.
He's coming off the bench now. It's just crazy.
Just last episode, that was their best.
He was
role
in that
player.
role player stat
like,
you guys raffled off.
I thought he was just a good player.
You know what is crazy though? When your best player like actually plays, like one just plays in general, but then also plays back to back, you can like be the top of your conference.
I don't know what you're getting at.
It's crazy.
Are you alluding to what we're talking about next?
What are you talking about? Do you have some grief or anything? Like, what's going on with you?
I don't know. I've texted Dave about it.
All I know is that microphone is about to unmute over there.
Oh, she's team me. She's team me.
Yeah.
You'll like this one then.
So if it's not clear enough, Mike is alluding to the Joel Embiid saga, which, listen, we have talked about it the past 3 episodes the past 2 episodes. I thought we clarified, I thought we were good, but new news keeps coming out. Tyrese, did we talk about what Maxey said?
I don't think so.
No, but I did text you guys on the very first one, and I said I disagreed.
Mike has
with you
been
guys.
out the whole time.
Before the season started.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Chubb, run it in. This is what I said was going to happen. Maxey, there was a quote from Maxey, apparently unnamed, anonymous. I don't know if you can quote somebody, but something to the effect of that Joel needs to be.
It was confirmed today, too, like by Joel.
Oh no, he brought it up in a team meeting.
So
Maxey
said it.
So Maxey said something along the lines of, you need to be more accountable. You need to show up to meetings on time.
CPT.
We know you are injured, but like, listen, we love you, but you need to be the leader on this team and show up to things efficiently. Yada yada yada. Be a part. Let's go, Nick Chubb touchdown. Yes. Now,
Joel did say in a conference today, he was like talking about how he said whoever leaked it, and then he said it a lot. He's probably gonna get fined for like cursing at the media and stuff. But but then he was like saying how he accepted the comments that were made and stuff like that. So they were 100% actually made. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And
frick that guy. Go ahead.
My perspective is like, first of all, yes, he does. Joel does need to be better. He does need to be in meetings on time and all that stuff. I don't think it's so abnormal for a comment to be made like this in a team meeting. Like, I don't think it's that bad that it happened. I think the fact that it leaked out to the media is not great because that means another player. I mean, he might have told his wife, who told a friend, but like it was. I think it was broken by Shams, who gets like a lot of his information from agents, which means like a player told an agent, or a girlfriend told an agent, which is like, for me, it's not the greatest news that they're having internal controversy, but I don't hate that. Like, hey, call out Embiid when he needs to be called out, the way Maxey did. That's productive. I'm sure that happens all the time, but I don't know why that needed to get leaked. Like, usually things that get leaked like that are like purposeful or like something. But whatever. Long story short, you're going to comment about Joel and how much you hate him, and the fact that Maxey even had to say this was horrible. And yes, but I don't think it's that like abnormal. I just don't. I think the fact that it got leaked is blowing it up. You're up, brother.
I don't think it's abnormal that it got leaked. I don't think so either. I don't think it's abnormal. I mean, I know that's not what you meant, but I'm not saying it should. But I'm also going to say it's not abnormal that like it was said in a team meeting. I've had meetings like that in college where like we call out XYZ and it's like, yeah, like finally someone said it to me, and like all of a sudden they play better. Like I've literally have lived that. Like I've been through it. I've seen it. I was a part of it. I think that's one thing. I also think another thing of not playing is another. I that when you're commenting back on fans against one, the fans of Philadelphia who are just like, you're gonna make comments back to them. Like what? That's like mistake number one. That's the one sin you don't do to Philly fans. But like we also gave you our heart and soul when you missed the first 2 years because you were soft again. And it's like we gave it to you then. You get a contract. You're pulling a Ben Simmons. You're not playing. Basketball's a rhythm game. There's words that I won't say in the podcast that I want to say to describe him because I'm so done with this dude. It's insane.
You can say him. I'll bleep it if it's really bad.
No, I was just going to call him bitch. That's all.
Oh, he's a pussy.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I want him to be playing too. Abe and I have shared our 2 cents on it. However, this is making it worse. The fact that he comes back and plays and he stinks is not great. Although, are you going to run me his stats from last night?
35 and 11.
Yeah, 35 and 11 is crazy.
But they're like BS stats.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. If he comes back and he sucks, then it's all a failure. I'm totally with that. If you're late, like, you have to be a part of the team, regardless of if you're playing or not. That's like a whole big aspect to the not playing the back-to-backs. Is like, if it is indeed a team strategy to not play him in back-to-back so that he is healthy and so that the team is in a good position for playoffs, part of that is him still being a part of the team and going to meetings and speaking from the bench and helping the people.
Being a leader.
Right, exactly. And so if it's completely, I'm just checked out except for game day when I'm playing, and even then, listen, it was his first like game or two, it was bad. And
preseason
35 and fumble Ruski, Russ. Browns land on it.
Yeah, I think this is a flaw with the NBA though.
Browns win. We're almost done.
I'm gonna go pissed. You guys can do this.
Okay. No, because I gotta go too.
That this is a flaw with the NBA because I think there's so many superstars and they make so much money that there's no culture. There's no like Alabama culture, if you get what I'm saying. Like the Yankees.
Well,
every
they're not
player
built in
knows.
College.
Yeah, but every player. Okay.
They just go right to the NBA, which is
the thing
part
about
of it.
baseball,
It's
right?
part of
So
the
you have people who are from the farm league or go from high school right there, and you have like I know when someone was mad at the Phillies and they were like, Marsh, I hope he goes to the Yankees. Why? Because he will have to cut that beard and cut his hair. And it's just like there's nothing besides maybe the Celtics. And I don't know. Yeah, right now I think No, I'm saying in the NBA. I think only the Celtics would be the team closest
Thunder.
to like they have a
Utah.
great
Thunder.
and the Thunder. Okay, but you know what I mean.
Yes. You're
So
right.
I think that's an issue with
We
like
just
even
signed
the
Paul
Sixers.
George to a 3-year contract, and he's 35.
Yeah, but that's a typical Sixers move.
I mean, what else were we gonna do? But still,
And Paul George is hurt.
Young
Oh,
Al's in
Jesus
the
is
building.
back. Yeah, he's hurt again.
Alex Anon.
Paul Jesus
Yeah.
is hurt again.
Yeah.
Wow.
The same knee.
Yeah,
Same knee.
he got taken out of the game.
Hyperextension.
Like $1 million.
That's great,
You know who
Mike.
doesn't feel
I
like
was
$1
just
million
saying
bucks?
that like there's just a cultural
Jesus.
issue I think with the NBA.
Say it again. I'm sorry, because he knows how to push my buttons.
I do.
I like how the listening audience has heard this 3 times now, but I think that there's a culture issue
Culture
with the
problem
NBA,
in the NBA.
meaning like when I was just trying to explain it, like if you're going to the Yankees, that you need to be clean cut, this and
Yeah.
that. Obviously, with Nick Saban before with Alabama, you know what the deal is. The NBA, there's just so much money. There's so many superstars. There's so many like there's a LeBron James who's kind of the coach and on whatever team he ends up going to. Like there's no. This is my rules. Like you're coming into this town. I don't know. Besides the Celtics,
It's an interesting take because a lot of them come up like Tatum talks about it. I think he talks about it in the Starting 5 documentary, which you might be able to comment on more.
I have not seen yet.
But-
I said I would watch it. But
You
yeah,
didn't? I'm
yeah.
like through episode 3, but I think Tatum talks about there where like he came up playing on like playgrounds and stuff like that. So like it's interesting because I agree with your take. I just think it's interesting because they come from things like that a lot of the time where it's like you have to prove yourself. You have to be the guy that almost gets doubted and like said, like Jordan got cut. You know what I mean? Like you're almost like that kind of guy. Like something like happens for you to get to the NBA a lot of the time. I feel like.
and I
You
think
need
on
like
the-
an origin story.
Yeah.
well, it's so interesting because now we have players who you can get paid now in college, and you're probably it's gonna go even younger now if you keep going on this route. And
Yeah,
now,
there's NIL in high school now. Like you can get NIL
okay.
as early as
So,
high school.
Yeah, now you're getting
Yeah.
like
It's gross.
you're getting further and further away from.
Some call that child labor, actually.
You can child
The
labor
thing is,
for
like-
that money.
It was so bad, and then they just went to the other extreme. You know, it's like it was one way bad, and then it went to the worst extreme the other way, and now they have to meet in the middle some way. But keep going.
Nah, it was just on what an interesting thing happening for the Sixers right now as a Sixers fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
There's a little silver lining. We might get there, but I'll still
don't
talk
know.
about Joel in the Paul George situation. My feelings are still preseason Joel. Like he missed the whole preseason. Don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have played in the Olympics. I don't know what the injuries were coming into the season, but missing the whole preseason, then the suspensions and whatnot. So like
you gotta
he's
stop
still
making excuses for him, brother.
he's still in preseason. I mean, he had 35 and 11 last night. I know it wasn't the
Yeah,
best
but not
35
the
and
Olympics.
11.
He was healthy. He was good. He was.
I
Playing
know,
well.
but then if you're going to play the Olympics,
I'm
then
sorry.
be healthy
I'm biased.
for
I didn't
the
mean to interrupt you.
be
I'm
healthy for
biased.
the regular season where you're actually getting paid to the Sixers are
Yeah.
paying you all this money to play. And then the Paul George thing, injuries. I mean, it was a concern coming in. We knew he was injury prone. He gets injured in the preseason, misses the first whatever couple of games, and then he's not right when he gets back. He plays like 3 or 4 games and gets injured again. Like it's just injury prone. Like what can you really do about that except not sign him to that contract?
Yeah, and I think you and I might have talked about it one time. I think we might have been playing like Rush on FIFA or something and just shooting it. And I think I said like people get caught up in like him being that Paul Jesus on the Pacers too much, where it's like.
He was the man.
Yeah, and he was unreal. He was like my favorite player at the time because like he was just like thrilling. He kind of was like what a John Morant does now kind of guy. Like he's like exciting to watch. He does it on all sides of the basketball. He does it right for the franchise. Like at that time, you probably thought he was gonna be a Pacer.
Well, I just like his story. Like he just grew. Like he was
Yeah.
a defensive guy. He was like
Exactly.
a shooter, and then he became like
Then
a
he figured
dribbler.
it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But like at that moment, you think he's gonna be a Pacer for life, and he's like
Yeah.
one of those guys. Almost not a Kobe, but like that image almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think people get caught up in that a lot, and it's like he went to the Clippers, and like how many
OKC,
years?
then Clippers, yeah.
Like it didn't work.
Mediocrity.
Yeah,
in
it
the
didn't work
Clippers.
out. It didn't work out. He wasn't healthy in both places, and it's like I think I said that to you, and I was like, here we are. Like he's injury prone, and like we want him to be a defensive guy. He's not a defensive guy anymore. Like
He's also 30.
I
Whatever,
was wrong about his
advanced age.
3-point percentage when we talked about it.
Oh, he had his best year last year.
Yeah, and I thought he was not as good as he
yeah.
was. So you did prove me
fantastic
wrong on
from
that one.
three-point line last year.
I'll take that one on the chin, but I don't know. I think going Oh, come on, brother. That's boxing. It's boxing. What do you mean? Just take it on the chin.
Damn. Insane.
Sheesh.
But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of expected this coming in. I hated the signing.
You 100% had the same conversations beforehand, and now it's kind of playing out. I still think it's early. Silver lining is we've got fingernails. Jared McCain, he's averaging 27 when he starts. So like, what? 7 when he starts? No, you didn't get it. All right. Yeah, he's averaging 27 when he starts. And then listen to this though. These Sixers at put him over there. The Sixers at 2-12 are 4 games back of the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah.
So like, there's so much time to figure it out. I get this is like the worst possible start ever. And then we've got injuries on top of injuries with Paul George getting injured again. But there's so much season left, and we've got Tyrese Maxey, we've got Jared McCain, whose fingernails started off the season so well. If these guys can get together and get some games in, get some meshing in, I think they can turn it around. But it looks very bad right now.
I know you're the optimistic guy.
Yeah.
Out of all of us, like including like the entire group, like all 8 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally put up the East standings just to I was prepared because I knew you were going to be the guy that's like, oh, we could turn it around.
I'm with him.
Yeah, we're 4 games back.
What I was going to say, like I'm not even saying that piece, but like, do you take them over the Cavs, the Celtics?
Oh no,
the
not
Knicks,
to win the East.
No.
The Bucks.
At this moment,
I take all those. Like,
yeah.
My point is,
to
your point is,
it's a long season. That's a marathon.
It's both, right? Like, and not to say it depends, but like they could turn around, but they could also turn around basically to what I'm seeing is like, a middle of the pack East team.
Yeah, that could happen.
I just want to make the playoffs. And
anything can happen.
By the time we make the playoffs, the 3-headed monster has figured it out, plus McCain. I mean, realistically...
Well, actually, McCain is part of that 3 because the 2 heads literally have to be either McCain and Tyrese Maxey.
This is a ridiculous thing I'm about to say, and I don't really mean it. But...
Don't say it, then.
Say it.
All right,
I'm probably going to back
Say it.
No, you're not.
I'll back you.
He might back it. You won't, based on how this is going. In a perfect world, this could be like... I'm not thinking about the depth on the bench, but it could be like the 2008 Celtics, where McCain becomes this Rajon Rondo situation to Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett, which would be the Embiid, George, and Maxey situation. Obviously, those are 4 Hall of Famers, arguably. Yeah, and I said that when I opened.
Who's the Paul Pierce?
Paul George.
All I'll say is fingernails.
I thought you were giving him Ray Allen, kind of.
No, that would be Maxey.
I see that more. Good point.
And then Embiid and Garnett. And then if McCain can be a Rondo, which he can be, clearly, at that point in his career, I'm just saying.
Like, here's something more outrageous.
Yeah, but let me just finish real quick. I don't think the turnaround that you're alluding to is that crazy. That's why I think 4 games out is so important.
Yeah.
Is because there doesn't really need to be that much of it. We're 4 games out of the 5 spot, not of the 10 or the 8.
Yeah.
We're 4 games out of being a middle of the road Eastern Conference team.
Yeah.
Which is, we suck.
Yeah.
But like the turnaround isn't like, it needs to be crazy.
It's not the craziest uphill battle that we've ever seen.
No.
I think if we can sneak into the playoffs by the time we get there, if we figured it out.
And should do better than sneak in.
Should.
The most contradictory statement I'll ever do. I'll double down your point. I'll back you up. But Joel's almost a better Kevin Garnett, and McCain could be a better Rondo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, like, you're already 50%, like, of what could be better than the 08 Celtics. And not to be really contradictory.
But I don't know,
there,
like, Perkins being the...
Perkins makes Mike coming.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, like, not to be that guy. Well, but, like, I could see McCain doing that, and I could see Joel is a better Kevin Garnett. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, there's just way more to the puzzle, obviously, is a thing. Doc Rivers in the prime of his coaching.
You don't only play 4 players?
Perkins was their 5, where we have Caleb Martin, who's good, but is he our 5th starter? Or like Kelly Oubre,
I don't know. They've been switching it up.
Our bench is cool. Our bench is cool. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. You don't think so?
No, I don't love our bench. Eric Gordon
is the worst signing I've ever seen.
Caleb Martin's actually been playing pretty well.
It just comes with Nick Nurse. It's like a...
How do you sign Eric Gordon?
Because it's a must. That's how it works. It's like how it goes.
I didn't know
but
that.
I trust in Nick Nurse's coaching ability.
Really?
To turn the ship around.
Cheese.
Yeah, but he won the chip with Toronto. I mean, I guess he had Kawhi who was possessed that year, but like
But to your point, you have 3 to 4 other weapons that are more than that, and it's like if you can do it with a possessed Kawhi,
he hasn't proved it with the Sixers. That is what I'll say.
It wasn't like
I thought he was good last year. I mean, just injuries.
Got bounced in the first round.
Yeah, with injuries. Embiid barely played. He was limping.
Hey, there we go. We're back out. I just muted again, accidentally there because I got excited because Ave is backing being out on Joel. That's what I just heard right there.
Where's my phone?
That's what I heard.
You can read into it however you like to,
my
boy.
I mean, I hear injury prone. We're all out on him.
All right. Turn the tables. Tables have turned. This man, I don't know what he's doing. But did you see the new NBA All-Star format?
Go ahead, explain it to me. Explain it to me like I didn't know basketball.
I think I left my phone
upstairs.
They're switching it up. They said the game is not competitive enough. So this year, they are still going to do the 12 players from each conference, right? But they're going to make, out of those 24 players, they're going to make 3 teams, and then the winner of the skills or the Rising Stars Challenge, so the rookies versus, I guess,
will be a 4th team?
Yeah, will be the 4th team of 8, and they're going to play 2 semifinals up to 40 points. So it'll be one of the 8 teams from the 24 All-Stars versus the Rising Star winner, and then the other 2 teams compete against each other. They're going to play semifinals up to 40 points, and then they're going to have a final with the 2 winners from those 2 teams, and they're going to go up to 25 points. A little bit different. They try to make it like a street ball aspect or like a pickup game.
It's 1s and 2s.
I would assume so because it's only up to 40.
It's got to be up to 1s and 2s.
Do the winnings still go to charity or something?
That's a good question.
25 for a championship is beat.
I guess they don't want to play in that many minutes.
Yeah,
they should just do 40 and 40, to be honest with you.
No, do 50 and 40. Make championship 50. More. Like, why would you go down? Like, you just gave me. Well, you just, I think it's teased me with what it could be, and now you're like, no.
They're like, they don't want the players to play all these
flop it around then 25 and 40.
But it's only 8 players as well, so like you're going to see a lot of players playing together. Like they're not everybody's going to be subbing in and whatnot. It's not like the 12-team format that you're used to, and like
yeah. But is that going to be like 6 shitty games now instead of 1? Or
that's a good point.
What does that mean for us? I don't know. Is there more money on the line?
Hopefully, because the Rising Stars would play hard.
Yeah, Rising Stars would.
No, I think it would actually be better. You know what I think?
What's going to happen this year? We're going to find out in February.
True. I think it'll be better. Interesting because I was wrong about this other day. Shout out Leanne because she corrected me actually on it. But they need to do what they used to do in baseball, and it needs to be the All-Star game actually matters because
the playoffs.
Yeah, it's so much better.
I don't like that because you really don't have a short like you don't
but
have
don't do it. I guess you kind of have to do a conference. I guess technically
you have to do a conference for sure
for it to matter.
But like you don't really have that much say. Like when you can have one All-Star player make that All-Star team, and then like you get to the finals and your All-Star team lost, you don't have home field advantage.
Yeah, I get that, and like what I just said, like because it's cool to see them commingled. Honestly, like the East and the West.
Yeah.
So maybe like that's not the route, but I guess like the point I'm trying to make is something along those lines where there's incentive that like you can make out on it. And like, I know he was saying charity, but like let's be real. No, they're still not playing the first.
And you can't even make it about money because they're all making so much money
so far.
I wasn't saying it wasn't. Go ahead. What'd you say?
You can't even make it about money. They're all already making so much money. Like
exactly.
50,000, 100,000.
I'll just donate that myself. I'll give them cash.
So I don't know what the best incentive is for these guys. Like what would make them want to play? But that is something that they would probably want to play for. But I just don't love
on a ship and they have to walk the plank if they lose.
What?
So NBA players' wives.
Survival is the seas decide. But
NBA players' wives.
Yeah, like a pirate ship.
They're on the road for like half a year.
Then they're mistresses, whoever they care about most in life. I don't know.
Okay. They're mothers.
Okay, yeah. They're our mama's boys.
Right, guys.
We put them on a ship, and they have to walk the plank if they lose. It doesn't mean immediate death, but...
To your point, Abe, though, I think it's really cool. I think it'll be better, but...
I think so, too.
But I think they need to do something that's, like, more incentivized to, like, get them to do something.
What I like is they're trying stuff out. Like, they're trying to make it work. They're like,
and they're getting
our product's not working. It's like, we're going to do something. Like, we're going to be proactive here, so...
100%.
I do like that. I mean, if this doesn't work out, they'll try something next year, but like something will stick eventually if they keep on going down this path.
Oh, Abe, did the WNBA do something new where they had like the rookies play those, or they had Team USA play? Yeah. That was cool.
That was just a good timing thing. Like Team USA was ramping up for the Olympics. They're like, let's get our All-Stars to play against Team USA, which is pretty cool.
It was also semi-competitive because they kept the best freaking woman in the world off Team USA.
Oh,
so she got to play against them because like if the men USA team played against
that.
not men
USA, because Caitlin Clark was in it. My goat. Ave, you would enjoy this way more, and you're gonna be proud of me that I came across it.
Let's hear it.
Just
wait. We gotta get Adam Silver on the line. Hold on.
No, it doesn't. We need to get Caitlin Clark on the line. Actually.
Okay.
Before we jump to the MLB, did you see that new WNBA thing? It's like Brianna Stewart's league, and it's like it's 3v3, and it's like
I did see this. Like I don't know too much about it.
Oh, it looks sick. Yeah. It looks so dope. The only thing when I looked at the teams is that there's 2 people who aren't in it that I was really upset about.
Caitlin Clark.
Hey, wow, you know me way too well. And Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson. They didn't pay her enough money. Yeah, that's like the 2 biggest people. Yeah.
But it's like Brianna Stewart's team is just stacked. But it's interesting because there's like, I think it's 8 teams. 4 of the teams, maybe 6 or 4 of the teams have a complete 8, 7, whatever it is roster. But then the other remaining ones have 1 less player, and it literally says wild card. So I'm like, Caitlin Clark's gonna definitely play in this. Like Wilson's definitely gonna play in it.
Got you.
Like these interesting actual, like not to be that person, but like we want to see them.
We want to see the top stars.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like that's what everybody's looking for in this league, and they need to be there.
But I think that thing will be awesome. I think that starts soon too. I'm actually I'm gonna tune into that.
Okay. I might tune in as well. I gotta learn more about it, but yeah.
No way, I know more about the WNBA than you, brother.
It's not WNBA. You know more about women's basketball.
It's fair.
There you go.
It's fair. It's fair. Good take.
Good? Yeah, it's good.
Good on women's basketball.
I knew you'd like that one.
More? I've got more.
All right.
It's coming later, though.
Okay.
I'll save it.
All right. In that case, let's hop over to the MLB really quick. Just a lot of announcements were made.
You do WNBA, he does MLB.
Yeah.
Jessica let us know about the big news in the MVPs, so thank you for that. But other announcements were the first team all MLB teams for the NL and AL, which obviously is important. For the AL, now we announced these teams and we did not do. Oh no, there is not AL and NL. I apologize. It's first team and second team I'm looking at.
In all of baseball.
So we nailed this on the head, Ave, when we discussed it. The only thing is that we said Freeman, and it was so obviously Vladdy G. We just didn't think about Vladdy G.
We had Vladdy G on our team.
I know.
I'm actually disappointed in you too, because you actually
his father's on our wall.
Like you joke about not knowing it, but like you fight for him all the time. You're like, Vladdy G's having a great year though.
He was fantastic.
I know, but it's just funny because you say that. I've heard it every time.
Yeah, we at one point talked about him for MVP race. I don't know. We just blanked, I guess. But anyway, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base. Ketel Marte at second. That's who we had, Ketel Marte. Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop.
Yippee.
Jose Ramirez at third. Shohei Ohtani at DH.
I don't have anything to
William Contreras at catcher. Now, we said Will Contreras.
We said which one? Yeah. Which one, Contreras?
Will.
Oh, we did say Will.
Well, wait, actually, really quick, just to give the audience a quick catch-up. Aren't you guys in that you're off by 2? So out of the whole infield, you're off by 2? Because you guys had...
Only Vlad off.
Did you guys have Jose too?
Yeah, we had Ketel Marte.
I know. Wrong. I thought you guys didn't have Jose in there as well.
Jose Ramirez?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's in there.
That's my bad.
Yeah. And then Judge, Soto, Mookie for the outfield.
Pitchers
we didn't go through. Well, we said
Screwball
and Sale would win Cy Young, which happened, and they were both on the first team, followed by Paul Skeens, Zach Wheeler, and Corbin Burns. And then the relievers, who we said would be Helsley and Emmanuel. I still don't know how to say that. It's Claus, but...
So if you need some MLB news, you should just come to Sideline Banter. Is what
who's the
correct? Go ahead.
Who's the white bald dude that hosts this Thursday Night Football?
Van Pelt?
No. Thursday Night Football. He's a lineman.
The other one.
He used to play for I think the Rams. White ball dude.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's like Whitmore or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw him. I was going to work and I was late one day, and last week they were in Philly. Yeah, him. I saw him. I was like, "Yo, what's up, dude? Thursday Night Football."
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Like,
Really?
Yeah.
You said
he's coming out the 4 seasons, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, what a beast.
So a quick little tidbit about a couple of those guys, because they obviously, if you made the first team all MLB, you're likely to have won other awards. Paul Skeens won Rookie of the Year, which is pretty incredible because he won National Player of the Year and the College World Series. Then he started as the NL All-Star starting pitcher, and now was in the Cy Young race, but actually ended up winning the NL Rookie of the Year. And he did not. He was the NL starting pitcher. He wasn't even on the roster opening day. He only made 11 starts, which, I mean, that's a decent amount. I believe he won his first 10 or didn't lose his first 10 decisions. So, yeah, just incredible year out of Paul Skeens.
It's what a life.
Yeah, he's really living it up like crazy. Bobby Witt Jr. Had an incredible year. So Alex Rodriguez is the only player in history to have a Silver Slugger, a Golden Glove, and the batting title. He did that. 2 of them in 97. He won the batting title and he won the Silver Slugger. And then in like 02, he won the Golden Glove. Only player to have all 3 of those awards. Bobby Witt Jr. did all 3 this year in the AL, which is pretty incredible. And another reason why I don't know if Judge should have been the unanimous MVP. I think Bobby Witt, it wouldn't have been crazy for him to have gotten a vote or 2 as a Golden Glove winner, the batting title in the AL winner, and the Silver Slugger for shortstop. I believe he had a 30-30 season too, which is crazy. Or like 30-50 season.
Rough playoffs though.
Yeah. Well, Judge too.
Yeah, so. I know. Oh, trust me. I mean,
yeah, he knows better than most.
And I get backlash from Leanne's family about it too, because they call me a Judge hater all the time. And I'm like, he bats 116 in playoffs in his career.
And he plays in a Little League stadium.
Like it's your either way, it's impressive, but I do agree. But
if Harper played in Yankee Stadium, he'd probably have had 60.
I just don't get that. Why I don't know. That's just confusing to me.
Yeah, it's weird. It's part of the game.
I like it. It's unique. But like the Rockies have like
that's just the thin air. That's just the thin air.
Correct, because of
the Diamondbacks, that center field is so far.
Yeah,
they won the center field of Diamondbacks.
And the Astros used to have a hill in center field.
Yeah, I love that. I used to pick them in MLB the Show just to like have that.
Mm-hmm. They also had trash cans back there too.
True, they did.
No, which is kind of savage.
That was behind home plate, actually. They had the binoculars and the
No, they had stuff out in center field, too.
Well, that was the video cameras. The actual trash cans were closer to the dugout.
Dude, I love how they were just like so blatant with it, too, bro.
Apparently, they were zapping, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much everything for the MLB. Scooble and Chris.
I want to ask you this, though.
Yeah.
Why are these awards given out so late? The season was over a month ago now. Like, why are we just hearing about these awards now?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many sports going on right now. There's NFL going on. There's NBA.
Like, no one's even hearing
NHL.
about it.
Trying to stay relevant.
They're not hearing about it unless they're listening to
the but are they? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember if this is always the case. I guess we'll find out next year on the pod. I guess I should know this. I feel like it's usually similar to other sports where, like, during the playoffs or, like, right as the playoffs are ending, because you got to obviously tally the votes. People have to respond by X date, whatever it is. The season has to actually end, all that jazz. So, I mean,
business decisions.
Yeah, but
you were trying to wait for some of this free agency news to come out. All of a sudden, it gets some people back in, and then you're like, "Hey, guess what? Here's these cool awards that we gave out." Because everyone's tuned in for that Juan Soto news.
That reminds me, Juan Soto. Apparently, the Mets have offered him a $660 million deal.
Yeah, apparently he had a great meeting with the Yankees, though.
And
$660 million.
Amazing meeting with the Phillies.
Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I did see the Red Sox.
Everybody wants him. How could you not?
There's awards given out, by the way, the whole month of November. And today would air, I think
today's the last day.
It should be the final ones handed out usually the 22nd, but today's the 21st.
Maybe the managers?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
And I think that it starts with the Golden Glove, which is November 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
But it just goes like once the season's done, they give out awards every day until the main ones.
That's true. We are announcing most of it right now.
Not every day, but you know what I mean?
Like I knew the All MLB team 4 days ago.
Okay. But
how old is Juan Soto? Sorry.
26.
Yeah,
that's insane. So you really just give him a blank check, right? And you say, hey,
how much do you want, sir?
He's going to be great for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum.
He'll be 36 in 10 years. You still play at a high level.
Well, especially him.
That's Bryce Harper right now.
Bryce Harper's 33.
He'll just hit.
32, 33.
And I could see him being a guy that, to your point,
we signed
searches
Harper
at first base.
We signed Harper at 26, and Soto's numbers are slightly better. So
and he's World Series champion.
I mean, Soto's probably better. I'm not surprised his numbers aren't better. Like,
They
are better. That's what
are.
I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Soto's an all-timer. He's an all-time hitter. I know. I'm just saying. It's Mike saying he's not surprised that they're better. Most people would be because Bryce is an all-timer, but
they don't know ball.
Well, Bryce was just like
They don't
talented
listen
from
to
such a
Sideline
young age.
Banter,
That's
then.
what it was.
Bryce is also a dog. Bryce is a guy you want on your team. Not that Soto isn't, but like
I take both.
Bryce
I'll
on
take
any team is like he's gonna help the team be better.
What's wrong with both of them?
Regardless, he's watching the other pitchers. He's telling you tips on the bench if they have a tell.
The amount of players I would give up on the Phillies to get that guy.
All of them.
Everybody except for Bryce.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Well, I would
go
too. Not Wheels. I
was gonna say I would go 1-for-1, but I meant like I would give up.
I would go 1-for-1.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. But
Any day of the week. I don't think it's a debate.
But I would give up the whole roster and just start from scratch with Bryce, Turner, and Soto, and like
I agree with
all
that too.
AAA guys.
Give rid of Wheels too.
Well,
Yes.
I'm not thinking about pitchers.
I mean, I'd be
You're talking
down
about,
still.
No, you can't win without a major league.
Dude, what are
pitching
we saying
staff.
with the?
Dude, if you had Soto,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like think about that, having them in the lineup. Like it's
like the Dodgers do,
yeah.
Otani, Betts, and Freeman. It's crazy. It's.
I mean, if
so
you have Muncy in there
disgusting.
too, and then Freddie Freeman, it's just like
Freeman's way better than Muncy. What do you mean by that?
My point is that they both still bat. It's just insane. There's extra bats in there
And Will
just those three.
Smith and Teoscar Hernandez.
I was
And
downing.
Kike
I was
Hernandez.
downing on your point that like there's players that can just hit in that lineup.
So good. All right. Well, there you go for baseball. Those were the awards. We were pretty close on what we thought the first team MLB would be. We forgot Vladdy G. Sorry. Love you. Love you. And your dad. We talked about combat sports last time, Ave. There's a couple of big fights coming up. They indeed fought. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I know you and Mike are excited. I just want to say women fighting is freaking awesome. I don't remember if I mentioned it ever before or last time, but the women boxing and the women UFC stuff is so entertaining. It doesn't even matter if it's a championship fight or not. They just go at it. They punch hard and fast, and there's not much defense, and it's really fun to watch.
There's less patience almost, which is funny. It's like
what I always say, and I don't know if I'm actually right. It's just like I think this is that they don't have quite the knockout power, so there's less fear in taking a few. Like I think they take 50% more punches. I feel like I could be wrong, but maybe 100% more, meaning double. But all that to say, it's very entertaining. We don't necessarily need to I don't know if there were big enough fights to dive into them, but women fighting is freaking sweet. Okay.
The only thing I was going to say
Main
is
events.
you could agree with me here probably is that you can say not the knockout power, but they probably don't have as strong of jaws either, which then negate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just funny because it's almost like a turntable. Like I haven't met a human with. You guys could double down on this with more patience than like Leanne. Imagine having me in the house just talking nonstop. But that's my point. So like it's almost like tables turn where now they're fighting. It's like they have no patience at all. They're just like, yeah, let's get after it. Here we go.
Yeah, they're so patient with their men at home that they get into the
Take
ring
it out.
Like, here we go, baby. No, but it really is insane. But anyway, so Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, they fought. I guess this one can be less analytical and breakdown. We'll break down the UFC stuff, but Paul and Tyson. I don't know. Let's move on. Not even real sport.
Yeah,
it could have been entertaining, but clearly Tyson, he's just an old man.
He's 58 years old. Thanks for clarifying, Mike.
I have no respect for Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You cannot fight a guy that is 58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's still cool to have fought Mike Tyson, though.
Yeah, but also guess what? Kick rocks, dude.
Yeah, but I don't think he's saying. Well, he might be.
No, he's like, I beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's
I beat
literally
the
what he's
baddest
done.
fighter of all time.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Whatever.
He
Mike looked old.
Or he's great at promoting.
I will say it makes it interesting going forward. Like I don't know if you guys saw, but on Netflix it was like the most grossing sporting event ever, like in history.
Yeah, it was the most watched fight by like 20x.
Yes, like where do you take this now? Like it's gonna have to be something big. Like and like I don't want him. I don't want Canelo to give him any light of day.
Canelo would destroy him.
Oh, that's why like I don't want him to because like it's just not worth it. But it is cool to see what it will be cool. Let me say to see what names he can draw in because of that.
Yeah, but
I
I'd
don't
be a
think-
Tommy Fury rematch.
So I know there's a heavyweight that called him out already. I forget the name of him, but
I just don't actually think it's I don't think the Netflix being 20x viewership is really that game changing.
Well, I do think it is that game changing because that was their first dip into live sports, and that's a huge draw for your first event to put up that many numbers.
But it was
boxing in general. It's
but
a
it was
huge
a
draw.
huge draw because people had Netflix. That's like saying Hulu's numbers are crazy right now, but
That's
it's
true.
not people buying Netflix to watch the fight. And the
Well,
reason
you got to check into how many people got actually subscribed.
That's fine. But even if they're subscribing for maybe a free down payment that they're then canceling or $15 a month.
Either
Gotta
way,
check out the
it's-
retention.
No,
yeah,
either
yeah.
way,
it's
it's
money
still
for
a view,
Netflix,
but-
but the 3 million viewers from or the 5 million viewers for Mayweather McGregor paid $80 each for
One
for
event.
4 hours.
Yeah.
They didn't pay $15 a month. You'd have to pay 5 months worth of Netflix.
Yeah. No, I completely hear what you're saying. I'm just saying,
like, of course it's 20x.
For that I mean, even though they kind of goofed it, I've seen so many complaints online that the
Yeah,
live
they
stream
did.
was messed up, blah, blah, blah. But to draw in that many viewers for their first event is still huge in any aspect. Like, I still think the numbers speak for themselves.
I'm
Like,
also
even
interested.
if you can. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, my bad. I literally you paused.
No,
I thought
I'm
you were done. But doubling on your point is like you can stream it still. So like, what's the aftermath of streams? You know what I mean? Like, do they make money off the streams?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you didn't have to stream it. Everybody has Netflix.
But I'm saying if they play it again and it gets more views, you get more money.
Right.
Like if you watch Friends on
They
Netflix right
definitely
now,
have the
Rachel Aniston
numbers.
gets a payout.
They definitely
yeah.
have the numbers of new Netflix downloads within the week of the fight, for
Yeah.
sure.
But streamers will never give you that information, though.
No, they won't. But I'm just saying, like, even the people who have downloaded Netflix for that fight, it's still 4 or 5 times cheaper than the
Buying one
pay-per-view
pay-per-view.
over
I
and
agree.
over and over again throughout the
agree.
year.
I agree.
Anyway, that point has been
But I
made.
do think it'll lead them forward into the combat sports or just live events. I know they had like the Chris Rock comedy special was live streamed on Netflix as well.
They're doing one comedy special a month.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're just into the live streaming events thing nowadays. So, like, that's a good move for them, I still think.
I do love they're starting to get back to that too, like the Tom Brady roast. I mean, not sports, but like it's kind of it's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
cool
good.
that they're starting to
It is
teeter
good.
back to it.
It is
Sorry.
good. Okay, enough about the fantasy fights. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, you didn't miss much. It was a young guy fighting an old man.
I fell asleep
We'll
on it.
swap them too.
However, the UFC had some legitimate fights.
Bangers.
The big main cards were John Bones Jones against Stipe Miocic, and then Charles Oliveira against Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Oliveira beats Chandler. It seemed like pretty respectful. It's always weird. They beat the crap out of each other and then they like kiss. But I don't think they have fought. Have they fought?
Them two, no, they had never fought
No,
before.
they never fought, but they're both like very competitive challengers in either the same weight class or close weight classes.
Yeah, they're both lightweights.
Michael
Yeah.
Chandler just loses.
It's
Michael
a
Chandler
bunch.
loses
Yeah.
excitingly.
Very
exciting
fights.
way. Very exciting way.
Great fights.
Yeah.
yeah.
Puts on a show.
Yeah.
Like he deserves his bonus every single time he gets in the ring.
And so as per usual, Oliveira TKO submission. Is that the same thing?
No, they went
They went the distance.
they went the distance.
Oh,
to
but he was
decision.
choking him out at the end.
yeah.
And he technically
He
tapped.
technically
It was
did
3
tap. He was
taps.
like
Yeah.
jokingly
Technically.
tapped.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My visual brain is deceiving
He
me.
did
You're
tap
right,
out
yeah.
technically. You're not wrong.
In my head, I'm seeing Chandler like do that. Yeah, but no. Okay, you're right.
He went the distance. I thought Oliveira won probably the first 4 rounds, and then maybe round 5 was kind of close, but I'd probably still give it to Oliveira.
Yeah, it wasn't really close. It was just like competitive because Chandler is a strong, good fighter.
I'm drawing a blank. He definitely lost either 4 or 3 as well, Oliveira, because it was the round that I thought there was going to be a TKO actually, and I thought the ref was going to step in for a second because
Oh, the back of the headshots?
Chandler was just
Yeah.
Jesus, he was
went cross-eyed
murdering
for a
him.
second. He apologized to his fans.
Yeah, what a savage, dude. How do you take brunts like that? Like, let's just prove how strong Michael Chandler is that at the end in round 5, he's getting choked down, he's picking him up, and he's jumping with
back, yeah.
Oliveira.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're both laughing.
He's like, one more time.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, and like Oliveira's like, again, and then like it's funny, but like that's how strong Chandler is. Like,
Yeah.
how do you take those punches
Yeah.
to the back
Well,
of the
that's
head
what we
just
like. We weren't.
time after time after
I know
time?
you know we weren't kidding. Well, you were a part of it, so I'm assuming you weren't kidding. But like to the viewers, like Chandler loses all the time, but he's such a good fighter. He's such a good competitor that he's always like second, third, or fourth in the weight class, and he's always fighting first, second, or third in the weight class. So it's like he loses by decision a ton, and he's just a horse.
He's 1-4, I believe, in the UFC, or maybe 2-3. Like his record's not great in the UFC, but I will pay to watch him fight every single time. I saw an interview he did this week. He said, "This is the worst my body's felt after any single fight." Like Oliveira did crazy damage to him. Pause.
Oh, really?
He was like, "I'm pissing blood and stuff." Like it was
feel
vicious.
Like I've seen worse.
No. He said this is like horrible.
Yeah. I'm still feeling pain like a week later.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what is funny though is Chandler has more call outs to Conor McGregor than he does have wins in the UFC. Like this guy really wants it so bad.
That's a huge money
He
fight.
came in too late. It might be similar age, but like
dude, he probably loses to.
You think he loses to McGregor?
No way.
No, he beats McGregor at this age.
Right now, for sure. McGregor's
just having fun right now.
Yeah, you know we say good teams find a way to win.
McGregor's lost
somehow
his last
fighters
3
find a way to
fights
lose.
though.
I mean, one's a broken leg. I'm pretty sure didn't he like mess his
broke his
ankle up?
leg. He lost to Khabib, and then he lost to somebody else, I think.
No, he beat Cowboy.
Does this really count, bro?
Why not?
I'm just saying that was like the
Cowboy's like on his way out. Cowboy's about to fight again, though. I don't know why. He's trying to set the UFC records. Yeah.
No, I think the Chandler McGregor fight would be interesting. I also just thought it was funny.
Dude, it'd be fun as hell. Chandler puts on a show, and McGregor is the biggest show in combat sports.
I don't think McGregor has that shit talk anymore like he did with.
He does.
He
does, but he's got too much money now.
No, that's what I think it is. I think he's too much like, hey, I already have the money. It's like I'm not here to do the promotion side because like when he fought Alvarez, I'm drawing a blank on his first name. That's what I'm using.
Alfredo.
I wish. It was when he was competing for the second title in 2 different weight classes.
That was his prime trash talk. I feel like.
That's my point. Is that he doesn't have
Aldo?
anymore.
Jose Aldo?
No,
Alvarez.
No, it's definitely Jose Aldo.
I think it's Aldo.
No. That's when he won the featherweight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the
double champ does what he wants.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Aldo, I think, is 145.
I know.
155.
Shocker.
I don't know in that era.
I know he's from the Northeast.
Anyway, what is your point?
Is that it'd be interesting, but I think to his point of saying that they're going to advertise a fight, I don't know if McGregor has it anymore. I don't know if he has it like he does.
I think he totally does.
I think he's still got the juice, bro.
I think he would flex the money even worse.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how horrific the Bo Nickel fight was at all, or do you just want to jump to Stipe? Because it's probably not worth talking about.
The fight was horrible.
Yeah, it was
he
bad.
won, but it was boring.
Dude, and like end
of analysis.
He's not a striker, but like he tried to strike the whole fight. Didn't shoot one takedown
Hamzat
at
kills
all.
him, dude.
He's got crazy wrestling though. Like
Obviously not.
What'd you say? No, he's got crazy wrestling, but he didn't do a shot. He didn't do one shot. I think he was trying to like prove that he can strike. But,
I agree.
He didn't strike at all.
He just defended in an interview, like kind of like what like I saw an interview like Chandler, like you were saying, and like he was saying how he was really upset with like the announcers like Rogan and DC, and he was like, they don't know what they're talking about in the fight because I mean I've been told by people I really trust, and like they said I've dominated that, and it's like even if he did, dude.
Honestly, it was a close fight,
and no one did anything. So, like, congrats.
Like, who know what?
Yeah,
a judge could have looked at it one way. Like, there's 3 judges. They see the fight differently than everybody else.
There was probably 50 punches thrown.
That's what I'm saying. Or like 20 punches landed the whole fight.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Nothing happened. So even if you did dominate, you did nothing.
Yeah. There's no damage, nothing. No significant strikes landed. It was just a boring fight.
Show me your skill set if you want to fight.
Dude, just wrestle. If you're the best wrestle. Like, why didn't you shoot one time?
That's why I think Hamzat kills him. Like, you're trying to prove something. I think you're there to prove the name, not to fight.
But I think he was fighting a guy that he felt was bad enough to try to prove something. And if he was fighting a guy who was better, he would just play to his strengths. Shout out Neil. We both made money on all these fights. That's great.
I mean, the UFC is like
everyone who won was supposed to win. So that's,
UFC is like a performance-laden thing. Though. Like you have to put on a show for Dana White. Like I don't know what Dana White does to book his next fight.
You don't. I mean, listen. Dude, all those Kazakhstan people.
Yeah, but they were not. They're like tapping people out. They weren't most exciting fighters, but they were winning by. They weren't going to decisions.
I disagree. I actually do. I think outside of Khabib, they actually are. Like you're going to tell me Hamzat's not exciting? He's
That's
literally
super exciting.
he's talking shit. Yeah, no, he pieces people up and he's telling you
He's
the whole
super
time.
exciting for the first
he's like,
round,
oh, you
though.
like that? And he's like,
a
and
good
then
chirper.
jaws
No,
him
they
again.
chirp well. Like even Khabib would be in your ear. As
So
he
I
was
think I
choking
don't
you out, he would
agree
say,
with you guys.
Dog now.
Yeah.
I think they're
Bad
exciting.
boy.
What'd you say?
I think they're way more exciting than.
No, I mean I don't disagree with that.
When
I'm
they
just
push the
saying
fights,
that
yeah.
Abe's point was that you need to like strike for.
No, I'm not saying you have to strike. You have to be exciting. Like Dana White wants exciting fighters. Like he wants to put on the best fights. If you're not doing that, he's not going to give you a favorable matchup.
You know who's always a great fight? John Bones Jones. And he fought Stipe Miocic this weekend.
Except for this one.
And he won. And yeah, except for this one. It was kind of boring. It was almost too too high level, because I hear people saying, "Oh, what a mastermind he was." I'm watching this going like, "All right, it's
you were
pretty
sleeping?
good." I was not sleeping. And it was
Jared
like
was sleeping.
Jared was snoozing though.
Jared was since 6
The little
o'clock.
tiger. The sun was still out.
Yeah, Jared was tucked early. He didn't even watch the prelims. The thing that was weird for this one was like, John Jones is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
28-1. He's at the end of his career ish.
29 now.
At 37, and I think that the idea is like, does he still have it? And he beat Cyril Gane,
yes,
which was a yes. And he beat who else did he beat?
That's it at heavyweight.
Abe and I are gonna have the same take on this.
Cyril Gane.
I don't know.
Whatever. Cyril Gane was the big heavyweight, but I thought he fought at 205 when he came back, and then went to heavyweight.
No, I think he just went.
So this was his second fight back.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand.
We don't fact check here. So.
I said that too. He was off for 3 years.
I don't understand why. I understand why he fought Stipe Miocic.
Yeah.
And I know the resume's there as the greatest heavyweight, but he's 41.
Hasn't fought in 3 years.
And he hasn't
42.
fought 42. So like for me, it's like, yeah, I guess John Bones still has it. He beat a 42-year-old with a back kick to the ribs that he collapsed on, which like
nasty.
I mean, it was nasty, but I don't know that
technique was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know that Ngannou or Gane or
obviously
Aspinall collapsed to that. I know he did, but even that tap was weird. Like that was confusing. It was like a weird situation. Now he beat Cyril Gane.
Yeah, I don't understand the dynamics.
But my point is like Cyril Gane was at the top of his game as a heavyweight, and when Bones beat him, it was like, oh great, that's really impressive. I don't know why he's wasting
this fight
6 months of training, then 6 months of recovery, then 6 more months of training to fight either Aspinall or Ngannou if it happens, or whoever.
Yeah.
To put Stipe Miocic on his schedule, I don't get. For me, it doesn't help his resume at all.
Well,
he's 5 years older than him.
One comment for the Cyril Gane thing, really quick too, is that I just think there's levels to it, to where like you've definitely seen this clip. I know you have, where it's like it's Cyril Gane, he's playing FIFA and like all of that stuff, and he's like laughing with his friends, and then like it cuts to John Jones, and he's like, "Could never be me. I'm here to take his life. This in 2 weeks. I could never be me. I'm locked in." And it's like, holy shit, he is going to detach this dude's limbs from his body. Yeah, like
in that moment.
Like, I'm so sorry, Cyril Gane. Don't show up. Like,
I mean,
it's just
that's
like
true,
that. So there's
Cyril
definitely
Gane,
levels to it.
Cyril Gane is messing up anyone else.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
That's the thing. That's
Jones
the prime.
tapped him out easy.
That's the sentence. It's anyone else.
But
sorry, I didn't mean to go. Go ahead. You got it. I just want to make that.
So I think it does add to his legacy, because even as you said,
I don't think
he's the most accomplished heavyweight, even at this age. He's the most accomplished heavyweight in UFC history. So that's what John Jones was going for there. He's saying that Tom Aspinall doesn't have that same resume, so why would I fight him? Like, he's an interim champ now, but he hasn't really
lose.
What'd you say?
Because he'd lose.
No, he would not.
I don't think he'd lose. But I mean, I want to see the fight, but I think John Jones wins. I know.
Dude, he looked so good. He was so quick. He was so light on his feet for the weight that he was in at. Yeah. He was agile.
The only thing is, like,
Stipe
didn't really put pressure on him though the whole fight.
I disagree. In round Aspinall 2, he pieced him. He got him once in round 2, and he was up in his grill.
Aspinall's always on the front foot, putting pressure on the.
Listen,
I do think Aspinall gives him a better fight.
I don't believe actually that Aspinall would beat him. I said that for controversy purposes, but I think it's worth fighting Aspinall. I think you're silly to think that like Aspinall will be the heavyweight champ at some point.
Yeah, I agree with that, because John Jones is probably going to retire, because I don't think this fight's going to get made.
Yeah. Yes, but and Stipe Miocic.
It only
is not
doesn't
even
if
close.
John Jones doesn't.
Stipe Miocic wouldn't
take
beat
it.
Aspinall. He wouldn't beat. He wouldn't beat
Dana White
Ngannou. He
wants
wouldn't
it.
beat Cyril Gane. Like Stipe Miocic is not number 2 in the heavyweight class.
But
right
he's not.
now.
He's like number 4. He's like the 4th ranked.
He's not even. I bet is my point. He is because he's a defending champion, but he's 42.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know.
No, you're making.
I mean, listen, I don't mean to disrespect Stipe. It's just not anymore.
I don't think it's disrespect to Stipe. I think it's kind of facts. The only thing I'm going to say is, and I'm going to say something I don't mean. If he fights Pereira, I'm not watching.
What?
Dana White said he wouldn't book that
Like
fight.
I said, either I just said
Why not?
I'm going to say something I don't mean.
Oh, right.
Because I'm going to watch it, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, it's not going to be worth watching. He is going to absolutely destroy Pereira.
Yeah, John Jones is just going to wrestle him.
I think Pereira beats Stipe.
Yeah.
I think Pereira loses round 3. At least Stipe's 6'4" and has like that wingspan there.
Yo, Alex, would you watch Pereira versus?
I said something I'm not going to.
Do you think it'll be a blowout?
I think John
Stupid
Jones
take.
he's too big for him.
He also said Steph Curry's not a point guard. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, hold on. We can't get that well. But okay, all right.
Stick to this.
I
to
would
UFC.
watch Pereira versus John Jones.
I said
think
I'm going to say
we'd
something I
all
don't
watch
mean.
it. I think John Jones wins that fight pretty handily.
Really?
And Dana White even said he's not booking that fight
Why
because
not?
he says John Jones is too big for Pereira. He'll just
Way
wrestle him the
too
whole time.
big.
It's like it's going to be a boring fight. Like I want to see an exciting fight. I won't make that fight.
I guess the only other point of that,
I don't know if I don't know if I believe it would be close, but
it wouldn't be.
why Pereira's when he fights at 185, he's cutting.
But I
a
think
lot of
you're
weight.
stuck at me.
Dude, but that's 2 weight classes.
Yeah, and I think you're stuck at facts. I think you're stuck at me
John Jones
saying.
fought at 205.
I think you're stuck
He's a
at me
heavyweight now.
saying that it's not going to be close by me saying that that Stipe's better. I'm not saying that. I don't think the Stipe fight was that close. I just also don't think the Pereira fight will be close.
I thought I only said that because I thought that you felt the Stipe fight good and close.
No, I think John Jones pieced him up. I just got done saying how agile he looked, how great he looked, and I think he dominated the fight. I just think Pereira is going to look equally, if not even a little bit, maybe easier.
I know,
But
what
I
you
don't
mean
know
by
that,
this, but I just think Pereira actually carries himself heavy. Like I think he
John Jones says they walk around the same weight.
Yeah, when he fights at 205, he weighs in at 205. I think he fights like 225, and that's one day's worth of.
So what do you think they fight at? 205 then? They would have to?
No, they
No,
fight
they
heavyweight.
Wow.
It's John Jones' rules. It's John Jones' world,
John
boy.
Jones.
So, dude, Pereira's
But
screwed.
if they fought at 205,
It's a fight.
That'd be a
It's
problem.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not really at all, but
really?
no,
Still?
dude.
I
To
think
your
it'd be a
point,
better fight.
It would be a
I
better
think
fight, but John
Pereira
Jones,
hits harder than
John Jones
Still gonna.
takes him down
Yeah.
and is just deletes him from existence.
Yeah.
You want to know something?
He's that good.
I hit harder than Pereira.
Yeah, I know. I felt it, but I was still standing.
Did you see the punching bag at your bachelor party? Me and Alex hit it.
No,
I outpunched Alex.
I wish I was there for
I
it.
wish I was
I
there
know.
too.
I wish you were there for it too.
I would have headbutted it.
Would have kicked it.
It was
But I guess.
bar. It was that bar number 2, the one that looked like a 50s bar.
Oh, so the one after Eric got kicked out.
yeah.
John Jones is the best fighter ever. I
Yeah,
think
he
that's kind of
is.
where we're at.
Thanks, Dana White.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk some college sports here. We'll just lump the 2 together.
There's like 3 that I wanted to. I guess not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're good.
I saw a funny take. So Indiana, are they undefeated still?
10-0, but I don't think they've played a ranked team.
Right. So this is awesome. I saw this take. Sorry, Barstool. Sign us. We'd love to be on Barstool.
That's our partner, I thought.
Yeah, partner with Barstool. But this dude on Barstool, hilarious.
That's why I'm
take.
wearing their.
He was asking if he was thinking Indiana should forfeit this game against Ohio State. And come grab this silver mic for a sec, would you? He thinks they could possibly forfeit this game because they are currently 11-0, but they haven't faced a ranked opponent, and the college football committee has openly stated that they do take into account the scores of the games, and just take a seat there if it's tangled. You'll come back. You'll get up after this. I just want your take on it. And he thinks that if Indiana plays Ohio State, they could they could lose their only ranked game like 45-7, and that would hurt their chances of making the playoffs because obviously to compete in the playoffs, you're going to be playing other ranked teams, and so in your one chance you had, you got smoked. However, if you forfeit, technically in the books it goes down as a 1-0 loss, and so you just take the loss. And even if like you assume it was worse than 1-0, which obviously
playing chess,
you go into the playoffs as a one-loss team who lost to the number 1 ranked team in the country by 1. Thoughts.
I just want to say that's not P, bro.
You got to play the game. You would do.
I would 1000% do it, but that's not P.
It's definitely
everybody
playing
can't
chess.
be me.
Yeah. Keegan's gonna hate this, which I mean I know that's your boy. But he's a big Ohio State guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he grew up there, like he's from there, like he goes back there all the time because his family's there. I think Ohio State's so overrated. I do. I think.
You don't think
you don't believe in Chip Kelly?
No, I don't. I think it's a funny take and I like it and it's awesome and I think they
could lose by 40.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
The rankings are also qualitative, so like they also put into consideration different factors, and if you're gonna forfeit, I think that's gonna look really bad to these
worse than a 40-point loss.
Yes, I think so, because like you're literally saying you're like. I want to curse on here again.
No, don't.
Like, you saw it in my eyes.
Everyone thought you were going to say yes.
Yeah, but like,
there's no politics, all right?
Trump. But I think it looks worse if you're forfeiting in this day and age as grown men. Like,
I don't think you can forfeit.
Yeah, but even if they lose by 40 points, it's still going to be like a 12 seed. They have 1 loss. If they
at 11
lose.
now. It wouldn't be a 12 seed.
They're at 11th right now?
No,
They're higher than that?
Yeah, they're higher than that, yeah. And
they're
also
11 and no, you have to be like
they're now higher than 6.
Yeah, but like I think them losing to Ohio State also like it's also your
it's okay.
Your losses. They know they're gonna lose to Ohio State. You know what I mean? They're not gonna drop that much. So at the worst they'll still be like a 12 seed.
Are you on the wavelength with me though? I was just saying it to Ave more so.
If you're facing him, just move it there. That's all.
Whatever. I was saying it to Ave more so, but like I think Ohio State is just kind of overrated. I can't.
Yeah, Will Howard's not.
Yeah. Hold on, time out.
I can't get
You're
in.
You're talking to a Michigan man.
Go Blue. I can't get in on them though. But you're definitely biased then though.
No, I'm not. You know me. I'm a pretty unbiased guy, except for Joel Embiid.
Definitely biased.
He's a man of high dignity.
Yeah, outside Joel Embiid, I'm
high
pretty
integrity.
I'm pretty biased.
Outside of Joel Embiid, no, trust me, he's with you, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. But Will Howard's overrated. He's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Oregon game kind of exposed him.
Even the Penn State game, he threw like a pick during the first drive. Like,
yeah,
he didn't play good against Penn State.
I'm kind of with you. That's why I'm like, are they going to lose by 40? Probably not.
And what's their X factor? Because every championship
supposed to be
has
the
an X
receiver.
factor.
Oh no, it's supposed to be that running back. What's his name?
Chip Kelly.
Isn't the dude that has a crazy spin cycle? Like a spin? Like
yeah, he had the spin move in NCAA.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I know him more so.
Yeah.
But that's supposed to be their X.
I think it would either be Georgia or Alabama's gonna win it.
So I was talking about this. Was it with someone?
You believe in Alabama?
I was gonna say, was it with someone here?
You love Milroe.
Milroe.
I do love Milroe.
Yeah.
Was it with someone here? I was talking about it, but like, oh no, it was someone at work. It was this guy. Whatever, doesn't matter. I take Alabama. I take Tennessee. I take Georgia. I take Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I take Oregon. Come on, help me out here. I'm taking all these teams over Ohio State.
Yeah,
I don't take Ole Miss. I don't think.
I didn't know who we were comparing to. I just said another.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
That's 5. That's a solid 5 teams.
Yeah.
Only one not
Miami.
in the
Boise
SEC.
State.
So I take all of the SEC over.
You take Miami over.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it Miami?
Close.
Mike? Okay.
I could be convinced, but I'm not like yes.
Honestly, the Big Ten's not.
like the quarterback
Big Ten's
more.
not very good, so I think it's gonna be all SEC, like in the final.
I'm all for it.
Final 4.
I like
yeah.
Cam Ward more than Ohio State's quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Oh, any day of the
Howard.
week.
Yeah.
Howard.
I think it was a 7-game
Biased,
series,
though.
which will never be.
Right.
I think Miami will beat them in a best out of 3 because Cam
Yeah, it's not an
Ward
option,
would
though.
always. I know, but Cam Ward would always show up. Will Howard inconsistent.
Well,
Cam Ward, I just can't get over how calm he is in the pocket. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, well, my dynasty group isn't listening to this except for Mike, but all I'm watching in this draft, this NFL draft coming up, is Cam Ward drafted behind a good offensive line? If he is, I will take him as my first pick.
I will give you the answer to that. No, because he's a really good football player.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna go. He's going way later than you think. I bet you.
And there are some offenses who have built their offensive line before getting that quarterback purposefully. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm happy we're on the same page.
Milk check out there?
It is snowing so bad.
That's
milk check?
awesome. This Browns Steelers definitely going under, but this is awesome.
I need Jameis Winston to throw two touchdowns.
I could use Pickens to grab one here. Actually, yeah, I would love a Jameis Winston thrown touch.
So if anyone was wondering, it's a snow blizzard right now in Cleveland. In Cleveland?
No, they're in picks.
No, it's in Cleveland.
Oh, they're in Cleve.
You know why it's in Cleveland? Really quick. Oh, no, I'll save it for my 2 minutes.
There's no logo.
I want to talk playoff picture for college football just really quick, just the rankings. Unless if you can go, I don't have it up yet. So
I was going to say something funny, but the moment's gone.
Sorry for breaking up your funny moment, Ave.
There'll be more.
All right, NCAA football.
Raffle them off if you got them.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the latest one.
All right, here are the rankings. It's not perfectly the top 12 for the playoff. Actually, no, it might be now because Boise State is now in. Anyway,
that team's a fraud, by the way.
We have Oregon at 1, Ohio State at 2, Texas at 3, Penn State at 4.
Frauds again.
Indiana at 5, Notre Dame at 6, Alabama at 7, Miami at 8, Ole Miss at 9, Georgia at 10, Tennessee at 11, and Boise State at 12.
Who's in the Brinks? Is there what's like 12 to 15?
I don't think so. I mean,
Clemson,
SMU, BYU,
A&M.
Texas A&M, Colorado, and Clemson are the next 5.
Yeah,
Colorado could sneak in. Well,
South
no, they
Carolina
will be.
could,
Oh no,
too.
it's going to be BYU or Colorado.
Yeah,
because it's the Big 12 has to make the playoffs.
It seems like there's like out of the 12, there's like 8 SEC teams, right?
Dude, I'm all in on Oregon.
5.
4 Big Tens.
Oregon's very good.
I love that Gabriel dude too.
I don't
He's
like
so
it. I
good.
never believe
He's
in
good.
Oregon for some. I just don't believe they'll ever have the defense to win.
Dan
It's
Lanning's a
Mario's team
great
all over
coach.
again.
Dan Lanning's a great coach. He's the opposite of Chip Kelly, those little like princey, soft little offensive coaches. He's like an actual he's an Alabama assistant. He knows how to play football and coach.
I like his
football.
relationship with the players too. Like they want to play for him.
Yeah, I think that's what Oregon needs. They have these soft like.
That's in my brain. I just think they just outscore people all year, and then
they play good defense.
Alabama, Georgia, Texas, and it's like, you can only score 17 points against us.
This is the year for them to overcome that because SEC is like mid from top to bottom.
Yeah.
But okay, go ahead.
I want to power through Chell.
You didn't want to talk playoffs at all. You just want to the rankings.
Yes.
Okay.
There's more football. Like when the rankings are set, we'll talk about our gonna happen. But those are the rankings. Again, Colorado or BYU are gonna end up making it because all of the 5 conferences from the all of the Power 5 conferences need to be represented in the playoffs. So right now, I guess Tennessee, is that how it would work? Whoever's 11th.
I think some teams get a bye. It's in top 4.
But Tennessee is in the
yes,
SEC.
they would get the boot, but it then gets interesting because of Notre Dame being independent. So
Right,
like
Notre
another
Dame's
team,
independent, so that's
another
tricky.
team could get a boot.
So that would be Georgia and Tennessee would get the boot, right?
So SMU would be in then because they're independent. No, they're
They're
ACC,
American,
right?
American.
Yeah. No, they're not.
But
They're
that's
in the
not
American?
that's not one of the main ones. It's not one of the big.
Yeah,
What's
like
it called?
What's it called? Right.
Oh, they're in the ACC and Miami's already in. So SMU
Are they
doesn't
moved
get
to
it.
ACC?
Well, it's kind of like the NFL thing. Like, so division winners get it, and then after that, it's like who has the best record.
The wild card,
Yes.
yeah.
So anyway, it could be tricky. We'll go over what our predictions are when it's actually set, but that's the current rankings. That being said, the major story in the NHL right now is Ovechkin and his pursuit of Wayne Gretzky's goal record of 894 goals. He sits currently at 864, and he's having a great year, honestly. But he got injured, fractured his fibula, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. So if the channel knows, obviously, I am in the camp of hopefully Ovi does not set this record. I love Wayne Gretzky. He's the greatest athlete of all time. even if Ovechkin does break it, though, that Gretzky's still the GOAT. No questions asked. Mike, I know you want him to. I still think it would be fun to say Gretzky owns the record of most points of all time in the NHL if you don't even record his goals. However, he does lead the history of the NHL in goals. It would still be impressive if the answer to that was, by the way, he's second in goals by 2 goals.
I would say that's what we said in the one pod. Is like, I think it would be cool to be like, hey, Gretzky has the coolest sports statistic ever, and he leads the NHL in points. But there's also someone that has him beaten in goals. Where like you're the vice versa. It's like if you took his goals away, whatever.
Yeah, he would still be ahead of Ovechkin, by the way.
Yeah.
In overall points.
Well, ahead of anyone.
Yeah. But Ovechkin, who's about to pass him in goals, including Ovechkin's goals, Gretzky has more assists.
It might be more of like a LeBron thing too, where it's cool that like it's our generation again.
Yeah, I love Gretzky so.
I don't know why we're still talking about Ovi. There's the kid in Pittsburgh that's pretty good at
not
this.
Not really a
Sydney,
kid
ice hockey.
anymore.
Sydney Sweeney. Hey now.
Palmel.
Yeah,
Good job.
Palmel. Yeah, the Crosby Ovechkin era is great. It reminds
Special
me
guest.
of Messi, Ronaldo. Yeah, Buddy keeps joining the pod. It's great.
What a beast.
But yeah, Abe, did you want to cover college hoops or not really? I know there's a cool announcement. But
Cool announcement. Keon Anthony, I don't know how you say his name,
Me
but
neither.
Carmelo Anthony's son, following tradition, and he's committed to Syracuse, so that'll be fun to watch when he gets there next year. That's all I really wanted to say.
Yeah, no, I know he was between a few huge schools, Syracuse
And USC.
When we were growing up, was major. It's still.
No, I was just going to say that Jacob is at the game now, and Carmelo Anthony is there with his son.
Oh,
Syracuse
that's
game.
so cool.
The Syracuse game.
Oh wow,
At
that's
Barclays
cool.
awesome.
Center.
Yeah, that is cool. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, and soccer's kind of in the middle of the season, so we covered that enough. We'll cover soccer another week. But Pep did sign a 2-year deal, and he is kind of the GOAT. Is he better than Ferguson, Ave?
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think
Unfortunately. I mean, what he's done with starting with Barcelona, and then he did basically the same thing at Bayern Munich, and then he took his talents to Man City, and he's won Champions Leagues at every single one of those clubs, if I'm not mistaken. Did he win one at Bayern? I think he did.
I believe he did.
Is Pierre a Pep guy?
Pierre?
He has to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He's taken all these clubs and played the best soccer that you can play and won every single trophy with every single club he's been at. So 2 more years of suffering for me and you.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's a shame.
it's a shame, but it's also like they played the most.
Sometimes he comes in second. Not really.
They were
Yeah.
top of the table for a bit this year.
They will be at the end.
Yeah.
Well, no. Oh yeah, but I mean, literally one of the first pods when the Premier League started, they won one before everyone else there, so they were top of the table.
Yeah, I mean, they will end up there at the end of the year. Liverpool is playing great right now, but I do think Man City will take over and get the title again for, what is it? Would this be the 4th straight year to win the Prem?
19 was Liverpool. Maybe.
4th, yeah. So, and I think
I saved something for this, but it's gone. I swear I put it on our story. All of the Pep. Oh,
what's that?
no, he's
He's Man U.
I was saying top.
Oh no, we're in 12th place right now, buddy.
But I was saying that they were thinking.
Yeah.
Joke saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just a couple more years of suffering. Do you have a Premier League team that you're supporting right now, Michael J? Or are you just the fan of the game?
Maybe Blackburn.
They are not in the Premier League, but
I know.
that's a great shout.
Sorry, no, I don't really have one. I'm kind of just here for it.
Okay. You need to pick a team like
I'll be a Man City fan.
that's disgusting. We will not allow that on this podcast.
What's worse, that or Arsenal, though?
I'll give you be like a
Fine,
Villa.
I'll be a Liverpool fan.
No, that's probably worse. Honestly.
Alright, I got it.
Liverpool.
No, be an Aston Villa fan because Luke does not like Unite Emery.
Yeah, but they're
hate Aston
overrated.
Villa. All right, I
They're
got
top
it.
of the Champions League
Yo,
right
listen to this. This is in do you want me to go from 08 to 24 or for reverse order, 24 to 08?
now. Let's go reverse.
So 24 down to 08.
Seaway.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Man City for the first 8 years, and then it goes to Bayern for 3 and Barcelona for 4. In reverse order. 2024, first place. So that's from 24 to 21. Second place, first place, third place. So that's Man City. Bayern Munich, first place.
Farmers League.
Barcelona. So this is 12 to 9. Second place, first place. So I think he's the best manager ever.
That's
I agree.
Ronnie too, right? And everyone like in the Spanish league.
Yeah, it's like Real Madrid, like peak Real Madrid versus peak.
He had the prime Messi.
But my point is like that might be.
He got the most out of Messi too. I know he posted something on the story.
Well, actually, brought the most out of Messi. Some would say.
Yeah.
Good coaching. But my point in saying that is those wins in that. I don't even know what you call it. I guess the league is like more impressive even too because like how good.
I think the Man City is the most.
You think?
Yeah, because that they weren't who they are before him. No, they weren't.
I mean, they won the Premier League within the last 5 years before he came.
Are you sure?
Yeah, in 2013, remember with Aguero or 2012?
Yeah,
that was pre-Pep.
Yeah, that was Mancini. So they had won the Premier League.
Mancini. Yeah,
but like they were still good. But they weren't the level that they're at now. Like Man City won one, and like was it a fluke kind of thing?
Yeah, but his resume is third in the Prem, first, second, first.
Yeah, and I think that third he came in halfway through the season.
Well, and also you want to believe, and I do believe
he didn't have his players
that
yet.
They buy all these players, and this and the other, and they do. They certainly do. But Cole Palmer's Man City, so was Foden. I don't know why I started listing people because I don't actually know a lot of people who came up in their system. My point was going to be that Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United and Newcastle and maybe probably not Liverpool, but they've all spent more money than Man City in the past like 5 years. Yeah, huh?
Not true.
Yes, true.
Not true.
Look it up.
You can look it up. Man U maybe, but Man City has spent an S ton of money.
Most money.
What are we doing fact checks for? No, I'm just kidding. Look it up.
Because this is contentious.
Liverpool has not spent that much money.
I said not Liverpool.
Okay.
Liverpool. The play-in.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say something completely different topic.
It's first is Chelsea, second is Man United.
Chelsea spent that much?
Yeah, they've given like 10-year contracts to players as well.
$812 million from Chelsea. Second is Man United at $475. So Chelsea's way ahead.
Yeah, but Man U gets the Man U tax. So like any player that they want to go after, they know you have money. So like, bring it up a little bit.
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah.
And my mic might have caught that.
I think my mic got it, bro.
Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle, Man City.
Fake news. It's got to be.
Dude, that's 3 10 out of 10 daps. That's 2 9 out of 10, and that one was a 10 out of 10. That was but 9 out of 10s, and that was a 10 out of 10 dap up right there. And Ave gets shit on.
Yeah, we got a good team.
That's fake news. That's money made and sold.
It's AI.
Yeah, AI. Money made and sold.
Let's go. Manchester City is 6th, and with that record, that's crazy. Anyway, it is now time for the 2-minute drill. Like it or not. Who wants to lead off? I'm ready if you need
me.
Okay, Abe's leading off. What do you got for me?
Going on the board of soccer, we've got Ruben Amorim. Big weekend. He's the manager at Manchester United. I've been watching so many interviews of him walking around Manchester United, going through the Hall of Fame, looking at the trophy cabinet. He's got that aura about him. I think things are changing. I'm very, very excited to see what he can do as at the head of Manchester United. Seems like a great guy, and I'm just ready for this new era to begin. And then I'm
not a United fan, and I'm also ready for the new era to begin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then on the women's basketball front, Gino Auriemma, coach of the UConn Huskies, just broke the all-time wins record.
I thought you were going to hit me with a retiring.
No. All-time wins record at 1,217 wins. There was this awesome picture that I saw. He had 63 former basketball players at the game when he broke the record. It was AZ Fudd, Paige Becker's on the bench, and then in the background it was Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Maya Moore right behind them. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Amel and Diana Taurasi, go ahead.
She's still the GOAT, bro.
No, Maya Moore's
so
the
good.
GOAT.
Yeah, but she didn't play long enough. She's Maya
Elena
Moore's,
Deladon is the GOAT.
Maya Moore's the only UConn player to score over 3,000 points, I think.
Not Diana Taurasi.
But Brianna Stewart, there's legends over there.
7 out of 10. Felt good.
Dude, they were showing up Gino Ariema's stats, and like he has like 45 ridiculous stats that probably will never be broken. And they're all so fun. I should post them on the story, but it's insane the records that he has. And also, he's like from the Philadelphia area, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't know.
I just love Gino Ariema because he's great. But when there was the Brittany Griner versus Boogie Cousins 1v1 dilemma, it was so funny because people didn't know what to say, and then he, the greatest women's basketball coach of all time, goes, if that one-on-one happened, I would go to the bank, I would take my mortgage out, and I would put it all on Boogie Cousins. And like there's so many, it was like clips of people being like, oh, Brittany Griner's great, I think she would stand a chance. And then the one guy who's supposed to back her up says the complete opposite. What a king. Anyway, should I go?
Everyone hates a truther.
Yeah. You got a 2-minute drill, Mike?
I do have one. If you want me to go really quick. So Luke and Jessica can more so back this end, but I was really big on the Browns going into tonight. I bet on them before the game started and everything like that. I just had a good feeling, but then also, so the guy who never has a losing season ever in Tomlin is 0-5 against divisional opponents on the road on Thursday night football games. The Steelers overall without Tomlin, and inclusive of him, obviously, is 0-7 on Thursday night football games. I just thought that was a cool stat because I feel like they're like known for competing, and even when they like Palomalo and stuff like that, like they're known for being a primetime game.
Yeah. So when you made this bet pregame, it felt like a gut feeling. It would have been really nice for you to share that. I really would have probably rode with you if that.
I was saving it for the pod.
Yeah, you definitely were. All right. Well, we're in the fourth quarter now, so I can't ride this bet with Mike. But the whole 0-7 thing would have been pretty cool to know on the front end of this. We'll see if Russ can pull this out and spoil it. Jessica, do you have a 2-minute drill for us?
I do. So it came out that Ed Sheeran actually helped sign. He bought a stake in his hometown team, which is now in the Premier League, Ipswich, and they are currently 17th in the Premier League. I've never heard of them, but Avery has.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So, which was interesting because he actually found out that the player who I think they now named him, he's an Irish player. He was a big Ed Sheeran fan, so he was about to perform in Wembley Stadium for Taylor's Eras Tour this past August, and Ed Zoom called him and completely was the reason why he signed with the team.
That's an awesome 2-minute drill.
Yeah, thanks for that 2-minute drill. That was great.
Oh, wow. You're welcome.
Good job.
Thanks. Is that it?
She won one or not?
Oh, do you want a 2-minute drill?
You got a 2-minute drill for us, Hannah?
Wait, what is a 2-minute drill again?
Like a fun fact.
That we didn't cover.
Okay. Well, wait. Can it be a question?
Sure.
Okay. What do we think is going to go on with the Tampa Bay Rays? Are they going to relocate because Tropicana Field was destroyed?
I don't know, but I think
no. They literally
so close to the mic. It's so loud. Get away.
No, it's not. I set up compressors.
They literally just the city okayed the budget to repair it, and they just reversed it like a few hours ago.
I'll say this: the Tampa Bay Rays fans. I mean, nothing against them personally, but like, it's not like they show out and support. So like, opportunity to. I don't know. Florida's a weird state.
Carlos Pena's
it's
there.
like college sports state, not a professional state.
Also, I feel like no one like Florida is such a mix of people that like move there. They don't have like loyal fans.
Yeah. Tampa
Except
Bay,
for the Bucks.
Tampa people are Philly fans.
Yeah.
No way, George Pickens.
I really thought he caught that.
Dude, he's wide open. What is that throw? It's crazy. All right, my 2-minute drill that we can sign off. All right, Ave, Mike, Jessica, Hannah. I'm looking at a chart right now. It's showing me quarter to quarter throughout the NFL, teams plus minus. There are only 4 teams in the NFL right now whose plus minus is negative in every quarter.
Plus minus is negative in every quarter.
So I'll give you an example. The Arizona Cardinals are plus 8 in the first quarter. They're minus 20 in the second. Quarter. They're minus 20 in the second, minus 11 in the third, and plus 16 in the fourth. So they're good at the beginning and end of games, but not so much. Give me the 4 teams that are minus every quarter.
Jaguars.
Incorrect.
The Colts.
Hey.
No offense.
Incorrect.
They just won a game. It's impossible.
The Browns.
Jacksonville is plus 28 in the third.
Is one the Panthers?
The Panthers are correct.
The Browns.
The Browns are incorrect. Calvin Austin touchdown that hurts
and
my
they
soul.
beat the Ravens.
Well, they're 2-8. It's got to be a bad football team.
I don't really get the question, so I'm just gonna run this off. Dolphins.
No, don't do
Dolphins
that.
is
Don't
correct.
do
I
that.
was gonna say Dolphins.
Oh wow. Good bet.
Well, don't look up teams.
I just want to see teams. I just
It's
want to
worse
see
than
them.
rattling off teams.
I disagree.
First of all, I'm 1 for 1.
He's
so
looking up
keep
teams.
your
That's
name
worse than
out.
rattling
wanna see
on
names.
top of his
The
The
head.
Cowboys.
I was going to do that too.
Cowboys is incorrect.
What the hell?
How about the
Dallas is positive in the fourth quarter.
Are the
plus
Raiders
22.
one?
No.
This is just like good team. The Giants.
Yes, correct.
Yes,
They
I got
won
one.
more?
So there's
We're-
one team
Yeah, we're
left.
3.
I'm done.
Oh, the one you said was a good shout.
Yeah, I know it's great if I said it.
Story of my life.
You get it.
I feel like the Bears would be in this category.
No, they are plus in every quarter except for the first.
How about the Vikings?
No, they're great.
Like 9-1.
Raffle off some teams for me. Just, I guess we got to do that.
Yeah, that's
This is all right. I'll give you a hint, but
The
it might give it
Pats.
away. Yes, correct. The Patriots. Let's
okay.
go. So the 4
Cool.
teams that are negative in every quarter this season are the
It's like 2 for 8.
Panthers, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Giants.
I would have never guessed the Dolphins. What's cool there is that we all got one.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Good
Minus
note.
me.
No, we all got one.
We all got one.
Even Luke got one.
Yeah. And there you
Go
have
for
it,
it.
folks. That was episode 19 of Sideline Banter. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Don't forget to follow the channel on Instagram and Spotify, and then subsequently, eventually, YouTube.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Like, comment, subscribe. We love you, Elon Musk, for sponsoring
Shout out
today's
Chompsticks.
show.
Yes.
Chompsticks, too. And yeah, we will see you in the next episode. See you.